All right, there's a 20-second delay here. Come on.
Oh yeah, I need to get that cover from microphone. He's got it. I want to get that
pop filter.
Oh no, that's not a pop filter. That's just I've got a pop filter. Pop filter's the round.
All
thing.
right,
Yeah.
Joe. Time to talk all things Mortal Kombat 2 spoilers. If you've not seen the movie, we're spoiling the fuck out of it. But if you've seen the movie, come on, join us. Let your nut hangs. Have a good time. We got all the diehard Mortal Kombat YouTubers here today. Joe, give me that countdown.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Woo.
Get over here! Hi, I'm martial art master Daniel Casino. You know me as the original Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile, and Smoke. You are tuning in to NerdCage Live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Don't miss an episode or you'll get caged. So let's finish him.
This is Anthony Marquez, better known as Kung Lao for Mortal Kombat. Make sure to like and subscribe to NerdCage Live. Be there. Us.
Hello, this is Finn McKenty, aka the Punk Rock MBA. Please, I would love it if you would do me a huge favor and like and subscribe to NerdCage Live right now.
Greetings, imagination connoisseurs. This is Robert Meyer Burnett, and I'm telling you to go get in the cage, the NerdCage Live, and you watch, you like, you subscribe. And you come back and you hear some cogent discourse about all things nerdy. NerdCage Live, do it!
Hey, this is Joe White, the voice of Chris Redfield from Resident Evil Remake from 2002, a million years ago. Hey, you know what? If you're a cool person and you like people to know that you're cool, you can like and subscribe NerdCage Live, and that will increase your street cred by a huge percentage. So I highly recommend you do that now. Just, do the thing with the buttons and stuff, like and subscribe to NerdCage. Do it.
Hey, this is Metal Sanaz, and you are watching NerdCage. And make sure you subscribe and hit that fucking like button, motherfucker. Okay? All right. Love you.
Yes! Love it. That's awesome. Thank you.
Hey guys, it's the original Shao Kahn, Brian Glenn, and I'd like you to subscribe to NerdCage Live.
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe.
Okay.
Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom! Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful.
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster. Oh no, Joe. The galaxy's doomed because of you.
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
Yo, that's diabolical. Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live.
Hi, David Wise here, composer of Donkey Kong Country and many, many others. And I'm just saying, like and subscribe to NerdCage Live.
Hi, I'm Leah Montalongo, the OG Sindel. Please like, subscribe to NerdCage Live.
This is Ernie C. from Body Count. You're tuned in to NerdCage. Can you like and subscribe?
Yo, what's happened? This is Drew Stone here in New York City. You're watching NerdCage Live. Subscribe, get involved, get up, get out, make shit happen.
Hey, what's up, MK World? This is John Turk from Mortal Kombat, the Unmasked Sub-Zero, Shang Tsung, Scorpion, Ermac, Smoke, and all the ninjas. Hey, we're on Nerd Cave right now, so like and subscribe, and check out our site, and thanks for stopping in.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Doc Coyle, the man from Bad Wolves and God Forbid. I wanted to let you know right now, please subscribe to NerdCage Live.
Hi, my name is Kev Bayless, designer or redesigner of Donkey Kong, designer of Diddy Kong, Jago, Enderkurken, and Whizpig. You can't beat me! But what you want to do is subscribe to NerdCage, the YouTube channel. Just go there, subscribe, because you know it makes sense. And that's that.
Hi, I'm Chad Casa. Please subscribe to NerdCage Live so you can watch the rest of their uploads. Stay tuned for more.
Hey everybody, this is Dave Niebuhr from Dog Eat Dog, and you're watching NerdCage Live. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel. These are great guys doing what they love to do.
Hi, this is action star Cynthia Rothrock. Please subscribe to NerdCage on YouTube.
Hi, my name is Sifu Kenneth Edwards, and I'm the head instructor here at Shantung Kung Fu, located in Pasadena, California. And most of you may know me as Art Lane from the movie Mortal Kombat, who fought Goro. I would like to give a shout out to NerdCage Live. Make sure you subscribe because they're the best.
Hi, Heather Needhart here. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow NerdCage Live.
It has begun!
If what you say is true, the Shaolin could be dangerous.
Greetings, citizens. You're now trapped in a nerd cage. We hope you have a smashing good time.
You're now about to witness the strength of Geek Now Until No. Welcome. That's right. Once again, you are trapped in NerdCage Live. This channel is a celebration of all things pop culture, including Mortal Kombat. So if you're new to the channel, please hit that like button and subscribe. We have plenty of Mortal Kombat content among all of our other pop culture videos and interviews and all that good stuff. I'm your co-host, Jay St. G, certified geek, 7 days a week, coming to you live from yours truly, the land of the orange of Syracuse, New York, and always among us is our moderator and troll hammer, stronger than the DK Banana Slammer. It's Joe FallenOne Gaming. What the fuck is going on tonight?
Dude, Mortal Kombat 2 spoiler discussion here with these fine gents. We got Tabmok99, we got MadMike54, we got TotalMK, and author of Long Live Mortal Kombat, David L Craddock. How you doing, fellas?
Great.
Doing good.
Outstanding. Excellent.
Doing good. Flawless.
Well, look at all these handsome fucks. I'm so glad that you guys are all here. We're going to talk everything spoilers, but real quick, Joe, who we got in the chat tonight?
In the chat tonight, looks like a lot of us, plus Tavia Smoka, and I'm sure a ton of lurkers. Don't be afraid to speak up.
Yes. Again, we're talking all things spoilers, so just come hang out with us, and Joe and I would try our best to fetch your questions and comments and concerns and all that good stuff. But here's what we're gonna do: we're gonna go around the circle. Everybody here's got stuff to promote, and everyone here has an opinion, believe it or not, about Mortal Kombat 2. So we'll go around in a circle and gather everybody's brief thoughts, promote whatever we got to promote, and then we're off to the races, guys. We're just gonna talk everything. I don't know how long this is gonna be. So yeah, this is gonna be a lot of goddamn fun. So we'll start. We'll go. If you're looking at the screen right now, we're gonna go clockwise. So let's start over with Total MK. Man, the floor is yours, buddy.
All right. So the MK2 movie. Where do I start? Like, it's got such a great opening. It sets the tone of the characters. And this is full spoilers, right? So,
yes.
Yep. So obviously we know that the movie starts with the fight between King Jared and Shao Kahn. And I've been thinking about that a lot. I've seen it twice now, the movie. So I believe that when you're watching it the first time, you may not pick up on this, but I believe that King Jared knows he's going to lose. Like he knows he's can't beat Shao Kahn. And so he gives Katana the pendant, right? Mm-hmm. He gives her the means to win. That's the last thing he does. That's his last act before actually getting into the fight with Shao Kahn. So philosophically, you could say the King Jared does beat Shao Kahn by doing that move, right? So, Katana's the vessel or the physicality of it, but Jared is the psychology or the intelligence behind it, and that's exactly what he says to her. Strength comes from here and here.
It's like Obi-Wan let him get struck down by Vader, basically.
Yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yes. Right. So I really dig the start of the movie. Like it sets a really serious tone, and poor Jared gets, decimated and cut down. Like first he damages the statue, then he collapses the statue, then he breaks his sword, then he knocks his crown off, he cuts his fingers off, and then he kills him. Like basically throughout that fight, it's just a massacre. Shao Kahn, Martin Ford to Shao Kahn was perfect. And I was getting those vibes from all the trailers and material and promotional materials. I was like, man, they got a really good bad guy here. And I'm actually glad that they didn't do like Kintaro, because then you got to sink a lot of your budget into that. I'm actually glad they didn't do it. And I love Kintaro, right? Like I love it. But I think it made the movie better. Otherwise, you're going to squander all your budget on a digital effect for a bad guy that's just got to lose, really. Mm. And no one liked the Goro one anyway, so why would you repeat the same mistake, right? So, I mean, I can keep going, but, I don't want to, hog the floor. So, what should we do here,
And real quick,
I think if they were to bring Kintaro back, I think they need to bring back the old animatronic and reskin it as Kintaro.
Yep. Animatronic suit.
and before we go over to Mike, Total MK, where can people find you?
At Total MK on Twitter and Total MK on YouTube. When the time comes, I'll talk about something I don't like in the movie. So when you want to get to that, come back to me, and
okay.
I'll talk about that stuff.
Yes. All right, MadMike54, man, your general thoughts of the film, and where can everybody find you?
This movie, this MK2 one, I feel like what Total MK says, set the tone for this movie is finally actually a tournament this time. That it really sets off with beginning of King Jared fighting Shao Kahn, and then Jared getting killed and everything, and definitely I feel like the fight scenes was really good, bringing back bringing stages to like on the big screen, like the Deadpool, the Portal, the pit bottom, especially like the right amount of gore. Story was definitely like, okay, they got most of the stuff right, but there's some stuff that is just kind of like, oh, it seems a little bit off. It seems a little bit off for me and stuff. But overall, like, I had fun watching it. Like, I watched it twice. One for like the early screening, other like during the release, and there's just some stuff that I really like, and there's some like references that like. One of my friends I was watching with, she caught something during like one of the fights, but I'll get to later on that. But where can you guys follow me? Follow me on Twitter, IG, Twitch, YouTube. On IG and Twitter is at MikeJones_Mad. YouTube, Twitch, MadMike54. Also, I have a wrestling podcast, which is Wrestling in the Middle. So we're on Twitter, we're on IG, we're on YouTube, we're on Spotify. So shout out to my Wrestling in the Middle podcast crew. And yeah, if you love pro wrestling, WWE, AEW, New Japan, all that stuff, come find us.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Mike. And now we have the author of Long Live Mortal Kombat and video game journalist David L Craddock, man. Your general thoughts and anything you want. I know you got a lot of stuff to promote, man, so go ahead, buddy.
All right, guys. First of all, thanks for having me. It's always fun hanging out with you folks. I recognize everyone here, meeting some of you for the first time, so it's great to be among you. First of all, you can find me at David L Craddock on Twitter or Blue Sky. That's where I hang out most of the time. As far as my general thoughts, I reviewed this for Shaq News. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I absolutely loved it. I didn't find much wrong with it. I think, I mean, there are some issues, but there are with anything. Nothing's perfect. And really everything worked for me. I think what I liked the most was that every character was given time to shine. I think even though you could probably say Johnny and Katana were the main characters, everyone got their time in the spotlight, which was really cool to see. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to digging more into it with you all.
Not to mention, you're the biggest Katana fan that I know.
Dude, she's my girl. She's my main. She's the coolest character in Mortal Kombat lore. I think she's got some of the best story. I think she's a real hero. And, you know, she's girl power all the way, man.
Absolutely. I'm just going to take the floor real quick. Everybody needs to pick up Long Live Mortal Kombat, written by David L Craddock. There's so many cool little tidbits in there. Facts that I didn't even know about the making of the arcade era and the movies and stuff like that. So be sure to pick up this book wherever books are sold. It is quite the read. I'll leave it at that. Oh yeah, absolutely. And of course, Elder God Tabmok99 is among us wearing the Shao Kahn popcorn bucket, man. Now we're all curious here because you've been pretty quiet on most on your channel and stuff like that regarding this film. So we're dying to hear your general thoughts and promote whatever you got to promote, including non-canon.
This is Emperor Tabmok99. So yeah, you guys, first of all, Jay, Joe, thank you for having me on the channel. It's always great to get with you guys and be on the NerdCage Live. Always great to hang out with TotalMK, Mad Mike, and of course David Craddock, author of Long Live Mortal Kombat. I actually thought the movie was pretty well done, better than the 2021 film, not as good as the 1995 film, so I'm going to place it right in the middle of those two. I do notice that this second movie follows a formula established in the first movie, which is that you have an opening sequence that's kind of a prequel, takes place in the distant past. That sets itself up for the issue that will be resolved later at the end of the film in the grand finale. In the first movie, you had the Scorpion and Sub-Zero fight, which everyone agrees was the best thing of that whole movie. And that came around full circle by the very ending. And in this one, we see the opening sequence with Jared, Sindel, and Katana. And of course, that gets resolved in the grand finale of this movie. So you can see the formula. I will say that the opening sequence was probably my favorite part of this movie, believe it or not. I just thought that seeing Shao Kahn taking over Edenia and claiming it under the name of the Outworld Empire was fantastic. There is a lot of stuff missing, though. There's a lot of stuff that should have been present in this film, considering the era that they're covering, that seemed like it was missing. Like, the realms didn't actually merge. Merging didn't really seem to be a big thing. It was just more of invading and taking over, and then he just kind of, I don't know, rules it from afar. But we'll get into that later. We'll get into some of our... We'll nitpick it. Yeah, we'll nitpick it. But overall, I really enjoyed the violence. I like the little Easter eggs. I like the way in the environments, like we talked about, like seeing the Deadpool and stuff like that. I really like the Easter eggs, the stuff like where Katana won against Johnny Cage, and Johnny Cage was dizzy, and he was sitting there, and then he just fell over because he couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah.
I've never seen that done in a Mortal Kombat film or TV show or any adaptation. This film is the first one to do stuff like that. So TotalMK, I watched your review the other day, and you were talking about how you're sick of people talking about fan service this and fan service that. That would be an example of something they would say is fan service. But you know what? That's something that we as fans deserve. And I think even the non-fans will be familiar enough to know what Mortal Kombat is to say, oh yeah, that's exactly like in the games. Not just one or two of the games, all of the games. That's been there right from the beginning, and it's still a thing now. So I enjoyed this movie. I'm going to say, yeah.
I don't know if you can see the full screen, but I have the electricity flowing through you. I don't know if you can see or not.
I get electricity.
This one.
You gotta understand, we've had the Elder God Tabmok99 gimmick on NerdCage Live.
You could have at least given me Kano a laser eye.
I should have gotten my rated hat on for this one.
But it's all good. And Joe,
you guys can find me. You guys can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and right here on YouTube at Tabmok99. That's combat backwards 99.
And of course, Joe, FallenOne Gaming. We saw the movie together. In fact, we saw 2021
Good.
together during the pandemic in my apartment, and now we went to the theaters in IMAX. So go ahead, man. Your general thoughts on that.
Yes, and I was so surprised that Jay didn't have any moment where he stood up and threw something at the TV. I'm telling you, dude, he was very, very animated, very, very loyal Goro fan here. And as soon as that death happened, I think you could hear it all the way wherever you guys are.
All right, tap out. All right, yeah, this movie is done. Tap out.
Yeah. So as far as this film goes, much better than the 2021 film, much more brutal than the 2021 film. And like I said, it hit every mark I expected it to. Is it perfect? No, but it's much better than its previous iteration, and I wouldn't put it above 95, but they're getting there.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. That's fair. So it's funny. Joe just mentioned how I, stood up and screamed in my apartment at 4 in the morning when it first dropped. 2021 dropped on HBO Max, and he's also talking about how I didn't get mad at this one. I'll tell you what I did do. I'm sorry. I stood up and cheered, and I did a fist pump like, yeah! As soon as Shao Kahn killed Cole Young. I fucking needed that.
Hey, I had a similar moment that when that happened, when Shao Kahn bashed Cole Young's head, Galaga style, bro. I was clapping so hard, and I was yelling, "Fuck yes!" And everybody was clapping. Everybody was clapping too.
I was the only one, Joe. I was the only one in the theater, right? Nobody else cheered. I'm like, yeah.
Okay, where I was, everybody loved that part. And when
right after he kicks him into the Deadpool,
I yelled, "Elbow!"
I literally said, "Plot armor dissolved."
It's just a way to all right, now we can have fun with this movie now. Cole Young's out of the picture, pack it up.
You know what?
They gave him a fair send-off. They gave him a fair send-off too, because he actually won that fight, but he didn't realize it.
That's what I like.
I will say this. Yeah. I don't think Cole Young really earned the right to kill Goro in the first film, and I'm not so sure he even earned the right to fight Shao Kahn. The tournament structure was a little weird. It just seemed like it was 5 one-on-one fights. There was no advancing. There was no brackets. There was no ladder to go up. It was just, okay, here's 5 fights.
How deep do we want to go here? Because Shao Kahn never fights on the Deadpool.
That's another thing. I'm baffled how many times we saw Shao Kahn fight. He wasn't the end boss. He just fought.
Yeah.
That was a little odd to me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
With the
Cole Young
amulet,
didn't
remember,
earn it.
it depends. Well, it depends who's picked. Remember,
Cole Young basically had a cheat code to go straight to the final boss.
Yeah.
I like that Shao Kahn fought more, though. I liked that. In the games, this is not a video game. It's a completely different medium. He needs to get in there and mix it up. And I really like that. Like, Martin Ford was one of my favorite parts of this movie. Shao Kahn was such a badass.
He played a role. He played a role really well. He really brought Shao Kahn justice on this movie because he really
But to push back on you a little bit, David, in the 1995 film, Shang Tsung, he fought once in the opening scene, and then after that, he stood in the background, and you knew he was a formidable opponent, but you couldn't just fight him yet. You had to wait until the grand finale to finally see that payoff. And I think that cinematically or video game-atically, that's more satisfying.
But hang on.
I think
In
this is very
MK9,
subjective,
he
though.
fights. He interferes all the time.
He does. And also, I'm going to say it. I love Mortal Kombat 95, but it was over 30 years ago. It's time to pick up stakes and move on. I love that movie. I do. But I think Mortal Kombat 2, I said in my review in the headline, this is the true sequel to Mortal Kombat 95. I'm not here to hear any apologists for Annihilation. That movie's trash. But I feel like this movie kind of serviced a modern audience, as well as paying homage to the lore it drew from. And it drew from a lot of games. It drew from 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11. I loved that. I loved seeing all the fan service they put in there. And not just fan service for the sake of fan service, right? Total MK. It was in service to the story. And I really, really liked that.
Yeah, that's right.
So I see what Tabmok is saying. That it can be more satisfying. But I also like a final boss who gets his hands dirty and doesn't leave everything to the goons.
Exactly. Well, exactly, because Khan's a cheater. He's scheming the whole time. He's not just, I'm the final boss. He's scheming. He wants the amulet. Like, he's doing all sorts of
He's
shit,
smart.
Right?
He's a smart villain. He's not just brute force. He reminds me a lot of Bane and Batman. Bane was brains and brawn, and Shao Kahn had that same presence for me.
Yeah, it's that similar feeling.
And Khan's manipulating Katana the whole fucking movie. Like when he kills Jared, he makes her watch. Like he kills it. He makes her watch.
Oh, and the mom was trying to stop her. She was saying, "Don't look."
Yeah, Sindel tried to stop her, but Khan saw that she was still watching, and he's like, "Okay, then." And then
I gotta say, I agree with you.
You know?
What you said in your review, Total MK. They fumbled the bag with Sindel in this movie really bad. That's one of the.
That's what I want to talk about. Yeah.
It's
big hole there.
Yeah, it didn't.
Sindel should have been used. Sindel's resurrection is the key to his invading Earth, and here he kind of resurrected her for no reason.
Well, so he resurrects her, she dies, then he brings her back. Like, this is how you fix it, right? She should have committed suicide at the start.
Yes, that's what I.
No, she needed to live for her daughter.
Story, right?
No mother would do that. No mother would do that. Absolutely not.
But that's the story. That's Sindel's story.
Plot. That's plot. That's not story. That's plot.
That's it. That's Sindel's story. That's been her story the whole time, except for 11 when they changed it, and that is trash writing. I hate that shit. Do you know what I mean? Like it's one of the things I hate the most in Mortal Kombat because it makes her a tragic character, right? It makes her so when Khan wins, instead of her just going, bow to me or they all die. Like she should have said something like they'll never bow to you and neither will I, and then like killed herself or something. It would have made her death so much more epic. It would have made Katana's drive for vengeance so much more stronger, and then it would explain why he brings it back and why she dies later. Like it would explain the whole thing.
Even if they didn't do the suicide, I would have been okay if maybe during they had a scene after the Jared fight where she challenged Shao Kahn for the throne and loses, and then gets resurrected. They could have done something, but they didn't do anything, and it was just we saw her as a revenant.
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah. I felt like they were trying to go between the old storyline of Sindel and the new one without touching on either one. I feel like they were trying to sit this in between spot, and I'm like.
And this Sindel thing is kind of it exemplifies my thoughts on the entire movie, which is that all the pieces are there. They understand the lore. It looks like they were trying to do justice to it, mostly. And the actors, actresses, costumes, environments, everything was spot on. They had all the pieces. They just needed to assemble them a little bit better. I don't understand what Melina's story was in the first movie. I don't know if she was really a clone of Katana. They never said she was in here.
Yeah.
I don't see how
there was never mention of it.
There was no connection with Melina and this stuff at all. And Sindel's an important, Melina is an important part of Katana's story. And I don't blame this movie entirely. It was the mistake of the first movie, which this one's trying to fix. They're building on top of, the mistakes of the first film. They're trying to correct it. But they just sidestepped the whole Melina thing, I guess. The Sindel thing, they kind of botched that in the process too, because I don't know. When they said Shao Kahn freed me from this mortal life, I don't understand why he killed her, why he brought her back and resurrected her, which it didn't help him get to Earth. Most of all, I don't understand why, if he wanted to control Sindel's mind, he wasn't controlling Katana's mind too, because Katana was giving him a lot of issues. She was the only Edenian who was strong enough to resist him and not bow.
So I can speak to this. Yeah. I think I can speak to this, and I'll let you jump into TotalMK because I want to hear your thoughts. Yeah. My thoughts on that, Tabmok, were, because I've thought about that too. And what I'm thinking is that Shao Kahn kept Sindel around as a way to manipulate Katana, and he kept Katana around as a way to manipulate the Edenians. If Katana died, that would be the last piece of the resistance. It would have died with her, I think. And so I think that Katana also, like, if you have a Revenant serving you, Revenants are not exactly autonomous, right? They need to be told what to do, what to do, what to think, what to feel. He needed Katana to remain alive, to remain mortal appropriately, so that she could serve him, at least as far as he was concerned. So I think that's why he left Katana alive and why he killed Sindel, but kept her around as a way to manipulate Katana. That's just my thoughts. I don't know if that's
well no, you're 100% right. But here's the problem: is that when you threaten to, like, so at the right before the last scene, Khan threatens to kill Sindel again. He goes, "I'll kill her again," and it just has zero weight. Zero.
Well, because he was going to crush
he's already
skull.
brought it back. He's already brought it back to life once, and it's just like it's like, well, you can just bring it back to life. What's the point?
It's
you know what I mean?
Like, to kill her.
And she just spills the beans. Oh no, I went to Earthrealm. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You need to have the threat had to be real. And if he had saved, maybe she doesn't suicide at the start or something. Maybe he saved her to that moment and then threatened to kill her. She loses the fight with Sonya. Maybe Sonya doesn't kill her. Do you know what I mean? There's a million other things you could have done, like to elevate that.
It just threat against her. Sindel's always been like a key storyline in every iteration of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Like both NetherRealm, Midway, Annihilation, Legacy, all of them. Like, Sindel plays a key part, and they did not do. They had an awesome Sindel right in the palm of their hands, and they did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
they didn't do it justice.
No, they didn't.
It bugged me.
Her fight scene was good, though. Her lore was not good in this movie, but her fight scene was good.
Yeah, definitely.
Although someone pointed out to me that I love the screaming. I loved all the screaming she was doing. Her screaming was more powerful and had more uses than I ever would have thought from just being a simple disabler in MK3. She was using it so good, and it made her so hard to control, and Sonya somehow found the way to do it. But someone pointed out to me that she never once used her hair as a weapon.
I was gonna say,
she never used her hair throughout that whole
fight. That's where they fight in the pit bottom.
Listen, I know you guys are gonna give me shit for this. I know TotalMK's gonna come at me, but I gotta fucking say it. I did not like the pit bottom in this film because it wasn't a bed of spikes. It was just a random spike showing.
I didn't mind that.
I don't mind that.
Was it the Wuxi Academy in MK11 where it had like the random spike kind of like show up? I didn't like that. I wish it was a bed of spikes.
Well, to be fair,
it's like MK95. The spikes come out of the
to maneuver around a bunch of spikes.
The choreography would have been a nightmare.
It much more dangerous. I thought the way they showed it here, the way it happened in the scene, made it much better, much more threatening, much scarier of a fight. I liked the pit spikes coming out of the floor.
Do you know why they put the
one
pit
by
bottom
one
in the movie?
What's that?
Do you know why they put I said, do you know why they put the pit bottom in the movie?
Mm-mm.
Why is that?
I said it in my review.
I mean, they
go back and watch my Mortal Kombat 1 review.
I need to finish it.
Yeah, I said you had the pit of the movie. You didn't show the pit bottom, missed opportunity.
In the first
and then
movie.
they added it.
First movie,
I was like,
yeah.
So
yeah, no, I understand the choreography would have been a nightmare, but it's just, I don't know, it was just a little odd to me that it wasn't like a bunch of spikes. It was just one spike randomly moving around. That did not quite. the fight was cool. The Banshee screaming was great. I don't know how I feel about Sonya winning that fight so easily because Sindel's supposed to be super powerful. That was a little bit of a head scratcher too, but
she did get spiked.
I mean,
you know what I would have loved
Sindel got
to
spiked
see
in the leg.
in that venue? What I would have loved to see in that venue is like a torso of Ed Boon on one of them. You know,
oh yeah.
I thought it was
having somebody.
Hey,
like
what
the
did the
dead bodies
bartender
hanging
ever
on.
do to you? Come on.
I thought it was going to say on the wall.
You should have had like some
sorry.
dead bodies hanging
Hey,
on.
he ran out of Sling Dog Brew. That was his fault.
There
They
you
should
go.
have saved that. I'm sorry. I wish that cameo never showed up in the trailers. That cameo would have hit so much different if that was a surprise.
Yeah, that's true.
And Mario's guilty of it too. How much better would have been if we didn't know about Star Fox? Like this movie did the same thing. Like that cameo.
They always do it. Marketing ruins everything. They want to get you in there.
Yeah.
Kind of just spoiled it.
Well, one thing I want to add, like in the pit bottom, like what I would have done, I would have had "Look to La Luna" written on the wall.
Yeah.
In the background. I would have had one of the reptile clues just there, like not one of the cheesy ones. I know. I thought that was a bit of a missed opportunity to do a really cool Easter egg too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking for them.
I mean, one question I have.
Go ahead.
Back to Katana and everything is when she's a little girl. How old is she? 1,000? Because you know she's.
It's a Danian.
Oh, Joe, I'll be honest.
Danian's age lore.
I'll be honest. I think this movie, and I'll have to rewatch it in TotalMK. I know you've seen it more than once, so maybe you can confirm for me. I only saw it the one time, but I got the impression that Katana and Jade had only been friends for 20 years, and also they've been friends since she was a child. Therefore, that scene from Edenia was only 20 years ago. Did you guys see it like that?
She said something along the lines of she became the bodyguard when Khan became emperor. So that was the time period.
Yeah, because Jade was raised under Khan, and the fact that it's like Jade gave Katana like the fans.
Hang on. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Mike, but here's the thing, though. Remember, this was the 10th tournament on Earthrealm. That was the 10th tournament in Edenia. So thousands of years have gone by. It wasn't 20 years.
Okay.
They didn't explicitly say in the opening scene 10,000 years ago. You know what I mean? Like just something like that for dumb audiences like me.
I think if
they never
Mortal
do.
Kombat tournaments, I think they said 10 tournaments were one tournament every 20 years. So I think it's 200 years. I think Johnny Cage said, or someone in the movie said, yeah, there's a tournament every 20 years. Was it Raiden? They said there's a tournament every 20 years. So if this was the 10th tournament, this was 200 years ago because that was the 10th tournament in Edenia.
But also remember, MK2, they cheat. They have a new tournament. They skip the time period in the game.
I'll have to rewatch it. It seemed a little off with the timing because it seemed like Jade had only been her bodyguard for 20 years. And, you know, if she's 10,000 years old, 20 years really is a blink of an eye for someone like that.
By the way, I got to come in defense of the actress who played Jade. I didn't think I was going to...
Patty Gabrielle.
She did a fantastic job with as the character.
Yeah.
I just want to give her credit.
She was great. She did a good job. She did a great job portraying as Jade.
It's just a bald head. No one likes it.
Nobody likes that.
They didn't explain that.
Doesn't matter.
Didn't they say they were going to explain? But
they said they were going to. I think they cut this movie a lot. Apparently, there was a lot of Shang Tsung scenes that were cut.
Yeah.
I think there were a lot of Sindel scenes that were cut because of what we were just talking about. It seems to jump all over the place. And
Mike, you
maybe
mentioned
they cut some of the Jade stuff as well.
Mike, you mentioned something about Jade. You said you talked about the fan scene, and she was the one who gave Katana her fans. I thought that was absolutely brilliant. I mean, a princess shouldn't be fighting. She should be sitting on a pillow fanning herself. So Jade gives her fans and says anything can be a weapon, and she gives her the fans.
Yeah,
as a weapon.
she gives her the freaking fans. But
that was a great origin story, and Jade used fans herself in the games. Like that even goes back. That's like another reference if you think about it.
Yeah, but I want to go back to like the Jade part to where like they should have explained like how does she get like the weapon staff? How does she get it? Like she was raised.
I don't know what was going on with that staff. That was just a weird.
It has glyphs on it, and I'm pretty sure I've seen those glyphs in Deception. I'm sort of doing an investigation at the moment, like trying to nail down some of this stuff. You know how there's
trying to teach yourself Edenian?
Yeah, sort of.
Teaching the language or teaching.
Well, I know I've seen some of the similar glyphs in the Chamber of Artifacts background in Deception.
You can see it in the endings. You can see it in some of the MK Deception endings.
One thing about the fans that did bug me, like, I'm like, when she first gave them to him, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's cool, that explains that. And then I'm like, but hang on, wait a minute. Now, if you go back and look at all the characters, if you look at Katana and you look at King Jared, what's what's on their clothing?
Like,
I'm like, if that was the thing, like if that was the weapon of choice or the symbol or something, wouldn't she already have them? Like,
well, I like the Jade explanation the best.
It's all over her cape and.
No, I like the Jade explanation the best. So I'm just going to ignore the fans and the clothing. But I'll say this though. I was not a fan of Katana having a magical mask that appeared when she needed it to. I thought that was just over the top. Like, come on.
When she started fighting, I mean, Katana and Kay, I didn't mind. I didn't mind that.
I didn't care.
I thought it looked cool. I thought it looked cool and stuff.
What's she supposed to do? Like pull it out of her pocket and like.
Okay, in MK2, when she does her Kiss of Death Fatality, she takes it off. It's not a magic thing that she can just will it to appear. Come on, there's no reason for a mask to have magic.
Doesn't Adenia have like some sort of high tech?
If I am a nerd, I'm in the right cage, aren't I?
I know. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
You know what I was missing out on is Katana's signature butt slam move. I wanted to see that.
Not gonna put that in. I mean, probably maybe in MK3, I guess. I don't know.
I was just gonna say, Tabmok, isn't Adenia like a technological race? Aren't they like high tech?
No.
No, it's basically the Garden of Eden is what Adenia is. So.
Yeah, I know that, but
like
I also
I don't think they're
somewhere
high tech. No, I think like the Order realm is like a tech realm and like
Order realm.
And those are the realms I want to see
World's
Order and
mechanical.
Chaos films
I know
and
that.
movies. I want to see those.
I'm just saying, our world's like mechanical.
Yeah,
our world's like mechanical. Adenia's like Earth realm, but I also read that they were like a technologically advanced race.
No, I don't think so. Their realm is too pristine, too pure. I don't think they have like oil and machinery and stuff like that to pollute it. They seem like they have a better lifestyle.
I was also reading. I'm going a little bit out of order here, but I guess originally in the script, I read this today that Sonya wasn't supposed to fight Sindel. They actually wanted to have Sonya fight Tremor. Tremor was cut from the film. I don't know.
I've been seeing that rumor.
Yeah. And then the other thing I read, now this one is definitely true because it was in an interview with one of the writers. They said that they wrote 2 post-credit scenes, but there wasn't enough budget for them to film it. But they intentionally had 2 post-credit scenes, but it ultimately never got filmed.
Any detail on what those post-credit scenes were supposed to be?
No, I don't know.
No, they didn't explain it.
They should have had a post-credit scene.
I was looking forward to that, but they didn't.
It's in Mortal Kombat 2 at the end. It's the last thing that it says. The text of that flinch mode.
All right, I want to take it back to Cole Young for a minute. Everybody's favorite character, right? So at the end of the first movie, Cole Young said he's going to go fight Johnny Cage. He had one job. To find Johnny. He couldn't even do that one simple thing. It ended up being Sonya and Raiden to find him.
Yep.
Honestly, if they just brought Cole Young in and said, hey, I found Johnny Cage, Raiden would be like, thank you, Cole. You've done enough. Go home and be a family man. That would have been a great send-off for him.
He should have been there with them because they would have explained that connection.
I'm glad they ignored the Arcana. No mention of it.
No mention of our Arcana. Thank God.
Thank God.
But then how did Johnny get his powers at the end then? What was that about?
It was
maybe he got his Arcana on his butt cheeks.
Okay, this is what I think because it obviously wasn't explained. I think they're going with the MKX approach where the Mediterranean powers got unlocked. I think that's what that's the impression I got, but it wasn't explained. So.
And then that's the thing. I don't care if you get your powers through any means, as long as it's not given a label.
Well,
as soon
remember
as they
the
gave
Elder
it the
Gods
label as Arcana, it was a problem for me.
I think was it Raiden?
I don't know
mentioned
why.
that
I
the
actually
Elder Gods
was-
picked you.
I was okay with the Arcana from the first film. I didn't mind that part at all. But whether they name it an Arcana or they say it's the mutant X gene that he was born with or whatever, it's just weird to introduce this as an explanation for why people have these abilities. And then for Johnny, they left it a mystery. I'm not really a fan of leaving these unresolved, these loose ends. And it's like, well, we can explain that in another movie. They won't. It's like
The problem with the Arcana that me and Fate were talking about is that you have to kill someone to get it. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to shove you in front of a bus and I get your Arcana.
It's a little better than a tattoo that comes out of your shoulder, but
Joe, get the super chat. Get the super chat.
Yes. Choose Your Destiny says, "Hi everyone, glad to be here for $10. Thank you very much."
I want to thank you, Choose Your Destiny MK, for being here.
Thank you, Choose Your
Thank
Destiny.
you to everybody for being here. Shout out to
Come on,
Over
guys,
the Hill
hit the
Gaming.
like on his super chat.
Yeah. Shout out to Over the Hill Gaming. Choose Your Destiny. Thanks you for guys for being here. Us, Mortal Kombat fans nerding out. So sorry, but yeah, just wanted to get that real quick before we get into a rabbit hole.
Total MK, I have an answer for the Adenia question for Tech. They actually view Tech with suspicion because they rely on magic.
Oh, so it's a magic realm. Okay.
Yes.
I read that somewhere.
So that's why I wanted to say something about this. Like the whole setting of Adenia in the movie, I could be the only one, but it just felt like the whole architecture, everything, just felt like giving me Harry Potter vibes or something.
Yeah, that's
yeah. Yeah,
I mean, it's
WB.
WB.
When I see it, I was like
maybe that's where I'm
Potter?
getting it from.
It seems like a low-tech kind of magic, like almost Renaissance era Earth, right? Like they never progressed past that technologically.
Well, it'd explain why the Masters does that if they had magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, magic or tech. So
They
either or
referenced
explains.
Harry Potter. They referenced John Wick. They referenced Lord of the Rings. Like they reference a lot of
They referenced Little China.
Squid Game.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, Voldemort. Yeah, they did.
Big Trouble in Little China. We got that. Squid Games. Yeah, a lot of good references.
Yeah. There was another reference in the Johnny Cage and Baraka fight. When Johnny was like, give me a weapon, and one of our friends I was watching with, it was pointed out that it was like the Ace Ventura reference, because it felt like the setting of the Tarkan colony is like daytime, it's white sand and everything, like Ace Ventura just fighting like this African warrior and stuff. It just felt like, I was like, wow.
Oh, you mean the second one, When Nature Calls, Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls?
Yeah, When Nature Calls, yes. When Nature Calls.
Okay, right. Sorry, I was seeing the first one. I was trying to make the connection. Okay, yeah, I know what you mean now. When he's fighting in the camps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that we're talking about the Cage versus Baraka fight,
I was conflicted.
What did you guys? I actually thought it. All right, tell us your thoughts.
Well, the problem is one, it was goofy as hell, but my God, I laughed so hard. Like I didn't know I needed that scene. I laughed so fucking hard. I think the windmill part was a little too silly, but when he was like Johnny fucking Cage, I could not stop laughing. The kid punching the balls, Johnny
fucking Cage.
I was laughing. Where I was conflicted.
I got the impression that Baraka didn't know, he didn't understand cursing, and he just thought that was literally his middle name.
His name, yes.
Yeah, he thought it was his whole name.
But what bothered me, guys,
the windmill.
And this is where my fandom's going to come out. What bothered me was the Tarkatan race is supposed to be like savage and like unpredictable Wu-Tang, and they're also supposed to be Shao Kahn's one of his favorite races, because that was who led the attack on Liu Kang's Shaolin Temple. And in this one, they were basically slaves. They were downtrodden,
discriminated.
They weren't favored. And I just didn't like the fact
it's the MK1 story.
They didn't feel savage. They went with the MK1. Yeah, you're right. They went with the MK1 side. And
It's the MK1 story, yeah.
Not 100%.
I didn't like.
They weren't victims of the.
I was just gonna say that
They weren't like ferocious and stuff.
No, they were ferocious, but it's lifted from the MK1 storyline, the Tarkatan camps, and the way they behave. So they're still ferocious and aggressive, but they're not bad. Whereas in like Mortal Kombat 2, they're bad.
Yeah.
They work for Shao Kahn, do whatever he wants, gut people, right? But in MK1, they're like, we have this virus. It's not our fault, sort of thing, right? The Tarkata virus, right?
But in this movie,
so they went with that.
In this movie, they like lived for the fight. And the only reason Baraka was ready to kill Johnny Cage, but then when he saw that he defeated him, like that was one of my favorite fights. I love you now. Like it's like a fighting culture.
As Dynasty said, when you first see him, he's like eating red meat, like off the bone, and like you see him with blood in his mouth a lot, so he's still ferocious.
Oh yeah.
And I was just going to say the windmill part, that didn't actually upset me because he couldn't win in the fight until Sonya said to him, "You're an actor, so act," and then he had to do all that stupid shit because he didn't know how to defeat it. Do you know what I mean? So he had to do all these random things that Baraka didn't know how to get around. So I'm like, okay, like it looks silly, right? Yeah, but I'm like, but it worked. So I don't know.
I like the part where Johnny was hiding and he's looking at the Tarkatan kids and he's like, shh. And immediately the kids, both of them
when
pointed to Johnny.
Baraka came in, they pointed. They're like, "Oh, they like."
It was funny. I couldn't
insulted them straight up.
The kids, like.
I gotta
He
say,
insulted them straight up. Of course they're gonna sell him out. He went, ugh, like when he came in the.
one of the best parts of the movie, the part that had me laughing like Jay, was at the end when Baraka sat at the campfire, just like the kids, like with the rest of the kids. That was great.
I laughed.
Made the whole
That was
movie
fantastic.
That was Baraka and the kids. I was like, oh, this is really interesting.
Johnny Cage finally came full circle. He grew into the character that we know, the arrogant, kind of self-aggrandizing, like making himself out to be larger than life. And then Raiden walks in, and this is a huge missed opportunity. When Raiden walked in and Johnny's telling that story about how he impressed Raiden so much and imparted his wisdom to him, Raiden should have said, "I don't think so."
That would have been a good reference right there.
That would have been a nice send off.
Well, they dropped the ball a lot at the end. Like when Sonya goes to we do this, and then we kill Kano, and Kano just goes, "Yeah, all right." I'm like, that's such a bad reply.
Okay.
That's the only thing I hated from Kano.
Yeah.
I would have been like, "In your dreams, Blondie," like would have been like in line with the character. Or he could have said, "You can fucking try it. If you do, I'll cut your fucking ponytail off." Which would be a reference.
Could have been like a little bit
When I
more.
saw that,
You know
I
what
was
I mean?
thinking Kano should have said something like, "Me? What did I do?"
I'm just saying that the reply was shit. You know what I mean?
He actually came and helped them. Like, yeah, he was like, "Yeah, all right." I don't think he's
Kano
gonna
doesn't talk like that.
Yeah,
He's not gonna roll over, and I think he was being sarcastic, to be honest.
Kano doesn't talk
I
like
think
that.
there is one joke that Kano says in the movie that I think is directly tied to The Boys, the TV show, and that's when he looks at Johnny and goes, "You stick to the humor, or I'll stick to the humor. You stick to being a cunt."
Being a cunt. Yeah, definitely.
I was like, dude, like just put a little of the boys reference in the movie. I was like, oh, I see what you did there.
I gotta say something about Kano, guys. I'm sorry. Again, you guys are gonna shit on me, but I gotta fucking say it. One, I'm pissed off that we didn't get the metal eye because in the first movie, first movie, I'll let that slide.
Luke has a metal eye. We want to see it. Do you still have it?
I do, but I think it's packed away.
I let it slide in the first missed opportunity. And the other thing that fucking bothered me, no one's fucking talking about this, so I'm gonna fucking say it. The fact that they asked Kano for the amulet, even though it was on his dead body. Like, why did they have to resurrect him and then ask for the amulet?
They did reference that, though. They did reference. We didn't even need to kill it, or we didn't even need to resurrect him. They did say that.
I found that part hilarious.
Yeah, because like they didn't like he's not worth being a revenant.
If the character didn't point it out, the audience would have, and it would have made them look stupid. They almost had to just throw in they had to have a throwaway line to explain that.
Yeah.
Well, I put that in my review that Kano stole it because I went through and I did the Easter egg video, and I'm like, look, it never got put back. So like
that's another thing that bothered me. Why didn't if Raiden saw him take it? Why didn't he let him?
They all just let him?
They just let it happen. Yeah. That bothered me.
And he didn't even know what it was. He just thought it looked cool. He didn't know what it could
that's what
do.
I'm saying. Like it becomes funny because they're like, where is it? Like it's just in his pocket. Like, and I kind of see like magical beings like overlooking that unless they have a way to like know where the amulet is. I could see them being like, well, you know, it's in the tip of the elements or something. But instead, he's like, no, it's just in my pocket. They underestimate how simple and stupid it is. Like, it's just here, right?
Yeah, it just like can't just give it away and stuff. But one thing I really did not like about this was Quan Chi. Like, of course they got everything right appearance wise, but it's just that like
he was nerfed.
The voice, it was the voice. Like they should have toned down his voice. Cause like
Quan Chi, the ashy dildo himself.
The ashy dildo, and the thing is, at the end of the movie, when like everybody like from the campfire stuff, and then Quan Chi was there, like why do you look so fucking short? It made him look short like everybody else. I was like, dude, this is the shortest ankle master.
Both sorcerers. I think they nerfed both sorcerers in this movie. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The Deadly Alliance.
I'll be honest.
They screwed that up.
Shang Tsung didn't have a fight scene in either movie. They really didn't make good use of this character. Shang Tsung was the final boss of the first game, and then you find out that there's Shao Kahn, and Shao Kahn fights like immediately. Shang Tsung doesn't fight at all. When
You know
they
what they
said
should
that
have
they were
done?
going to...
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you know what they should have fucking done? I was thinking about this a couple days ago after I seen the movie. You know what they should have fucking done? And there was a great moment here. Remember the part where Shang Tsung was like looking at the amulet and he's like, "Oh, the power I could do, the shit I could do with this," whatever he said.
Yeah.
How cool would it be? How cool would it have fucking been if Shang Tsung challenged Shao Kahn right there on the spot with the amulet, and then Shao Kahn kills Shang Tsung and takes the amulet? That was a missed opportunity. If we want to see because Shang Tsung's a snake. Like, how cool would it have been if he like used the amulet to try to overthrow Shao Kahn in that moment? What a missed opportunity that was, man.
The way the amulet was used in this movie, I'll be honest, not a fan. I don't like the idea that they bound it to Shao Kahn and then Shao Kahn used it to give himself a buff. This was never something that happened in the games. Why he wanted to enact this plan now on the 10th tournament, he could have done this like 9 tournaments ago. I don't understand why he felt he needed a buff all of a sudden at this stage.
Because it was critical.
Yeah,
he needed to win.
It is.
It was do or die.
Yeah, but the thing is, the amulet broke in the movie. The amulet broke in the movie, but that means that means it's like, okay, this is an amulet of Shinnok, so is Shinnok gonna be free?
I believe they've said somewhere
in the next movie,
and you can't destroy the amulet because it was made by the gods.
It'll respawn, right?
And also,
it disappears. You don't see it break or shatter or go anywhere like that.
Kami Dogu can shatter, so there you go.
I mean, I agree with Tabmok99 what he said about the amulet and whatnot. I get it. They probably did it for the mainstream audience to be like, oh, okay, they give. But the thing that bothered me, okay, shout out to Mortal Kombat Deception, one of the greatest Mortal Kombat games ever made. Do you guys remember that line from Damashi where he was like, Shao Kahn, Fujin, Raiden, Shinnok are of the same species. They're gods.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah, that's right.
So
and Lucifer.
Shao Kahn, yeah, Lucifer, yeah. So Shao Kahn did not need Raiden's immortality. I thought that was so fucking stupid, but they did it for the main. They didn't do it for the Mortal Kombat fans. They did it for the main audience. Pissed me off.
Well, hang on. Weren't they trying to explain how he gets his immortality in Outworld? Like, so they're saying he steals it from Raiden, like, and then uses the amulet to transfer the god powers through the realms.
It was a little weird because Raiden was disabled in this movie from Kung Lao's hat. Kung Lao's hat slices Raiden's neck. Raiden's leaking light all over the place. It seems to me that if Kung Lao's hat can do that to Raiden, anybody could have done this to Shao Kahn, even with the amulet powers.
What I said in my review is, like, I thought it was weird too, or I said in a video. I don't understand how Raiden can be on Earth and then be hurt like that, but like he's a god, right? I can understand stealing the power and like I guess, you know, taking his powers, making him mortal or something, but it doesn't explain the initial hit, like the initial throat cut. But what I was saying is, how do we explain Shao Kahn getting his immortality in the games. I don't remember if that's explained. That would make sense by transferring it through the amulet and then giving it to him.
Yeah,
Is what I was saying.
I feel like that was like unnecessary, like to give Shao Kahn the amulet buff.
Look, if Shao Kahn wants a buff, there's other ways to do it. I'm just not a fan of the amulet being used because the amulet is Shinnok's amulet, and it's his invasion, and it's his plot. And I don't like that being, Shao Kahn's a different character. They each have their own methods. Shao Kahn conquers through Mortal Kombat and Sindel's resurrection. Shinnok using the power of the amulet, it's just weird to take them both and just kind of mingle them together.
Mess it up. It's a bit of a blend, though. They mix everything up. Sindel, inventing coal, arcanas. I mean, there's always been stuff in these movies that's been.
And I wish Shinnok was explained. I'm glad they name dropped Shinnok. I just wish they explained,
like who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I said, this movie has all the right pieces. Shinnok's amulet is cool. Shao Kahn is cool. Sindel's cool. Melina's cool.
Yeah.
They kind of dropped the ball, and they just didn't fit the pieces together the right way, and that's kind of the way the entire movie was. And even the tournament structure itself, it was just like 5 fights. There's 5 different matches, and the whole thing's decided. That's not really a tournament. Tournaments usually have brackets. People advance, they move up to the ladder, they go up and they fight the next opponent, someone who's also won a few matches. And when you see going back to the 95 movie, Liu Kang fought that random unnamed Outworld guy in the beginning. Then he moves on and he gets to fight Sub-Zero. Hakeem the Machine Alston, yeah. And then he fights Sub-Zero. And eventually he earns the right to fight Shang Tsung himself. Like, you see him advancing and he finally gets to meet his goal. And that's satisfying.
Yeah, but you could say in this, it depends if you were killed or not. That's why there's no brackets. It's just if you're wiped out or if you survive. Because if you survive, you could stay in, right?
No,
I actually like. I thought the diamonds in the sky was cool.
He survived.
Yeah, it was cool. It's just like a scoreboard.
And
well,
also,
then that makes no sense.
I agree with
I saw someone complaining about the diamonds in the sky. I actually liked them. They reminded me of Chaos Realm.
Well, TotalMK, I agree with your review. I agree that I like the fact that the Elder Gods randomly picked and teleported the fighters. I actually like that.
Yeah.
That was well done.
Yeah.
Because
they selected, and hey, you got to fight the Deadpool.
Because I want to say this, Raiden explained like there's going to be 2 fights, but didn't say which 2 characters. That's just like, hey, look, get ready. Your body is glowing. I was like, oh, well, time for a fight. Gonna teleport to a stage.
Well, so that I want to talk about something in the movie. You know how Shah Kahn and Raiden both have that, like, I don't want to say hourglass, but it had sand in it like an hourglass.
Mm-hmm.
It would glow before a fight, and then like the Raiden one would glow blue and the Shah Kahn would glow red. Do you think? What do you think that thing is? I mean, what the fuck is it? And it had Komidogu icons all over it.
I mean,
we're calling it the MacGuffin.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably. No, but what do you think? What do you think they're going to do if there's 2 of them? If the bad guys have one and the good guys have one,
it's got references.
It can't just be it can't be just one MacGuffin.
It's got references to the Kamidogu. It's got references to Shinnok's amulet. It's got references to.
Yeah, but there's 2 of them.
The hourglass.
They would count each other out, right? Yeah, if they had one, it would make sense, right? So, but. What do you think they're going to do with that? It had sand in it. Like, I don't know, it was giving me Chronica vibes. I'm like, please don't do that.
I think we'll never see it again.
They're probably going to do it, let's be honest.
All right,
most of the stuff in the movie is...
Let's talk about this. Jay, you've got the Kung Lao hat on.
Yes.
Let's talk about the Kung Lao character.
The best fight in the fucking movie. Liu Kang versus Kung Lao.
Kung Lao versus the portal stage?
The blue portal from Sega Genesis.
Yes.
Or the blue portal
the orange portal. From Mortal Kombat UMK3 Plus, but
just like
I mean, it's a cross between the blue portal from Sega Genesis MK2 and the Lost Portal from UMK3. It's kind of like a cross.
It's Lost Portal.
Yeah, the Lost Portal. Yeah, but what popped me in that during that fight when the portal changed to red for like a few seconds.
Oh yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah, it was based on the
Orange Portal's my favorite stage.
Portal level.
There was an interview I watched. I'll have to share it in the channel, but it was based on the Sega Genesis Blue Portal. Which was only in there because
I was just about to say that. I was trying to say it, but everyone's talking.
They didn't have enough room on the cartridge for the Goro's Lair.
Yeah, but I mean, it's probably based on Lost Portal as well. But yeah, they specifically said, Simon McCoy specifically said Genesis Blue Portal. He specifically said it.
Also, you know what that made me happy too is like Kung Lao is like my fifth favorite character in the franchise. The fact that basically him and Liu Kang were equals. I actually like the fact that they were equal. Basically, I get it. Yes, Liu Kang won the fight, but it took a lot for Liu Kang it took a lot for him to win that fight. It wasn't like he mollywopped Kung Lao and
he held back.
It was even. That was an even.
It was definitely
fight.
even.
He held back.
I'll say this though. Oriana's favorite character is Kung Lao. She was pissed that he died yet again in another MK adaptation. It's like, oh, come on, when are they going to give this guy a break?
But can I run something past you guys?
Yeah, but hold on. I gotta say this
to.
though. This was a better though because in the first movie he didn't even fight Shang Tsung. Shang Tsung just fucking grabbed him, took his soul. At least in this one, he fights and then dies.
You get to see what he's capable of. Yeah.
Can I run something past you guys? So, you know when the portal changes color, my favorite part, by the way, because Orange Portal is my favorite Mortal Kombat stage of all time, right? I thought that might be a reference to who's winning the fight. That's why there was a color shift.
It is.
It seemed like at that part.
It was. It really was.
Yeah, because Kung Lao had the upper hand then, and that's when the portal went like orangey red, right? And I'm like,
right, like as soon as he started to win.
Who's winning?
Mm-hmm. It felt like a Revenge of the Sith vibes. For some reason, like the portal went red, and there's like this still red lightning and stuff, whatever.
Yeah, the only thing I would have liked to see, the only thing I would have liked to see in the portal thing there would be the Shadow Priest. I didn't see any.
That's what's missing in
the background.
Yeah, that was kind of missing. It's like something like it looks great, but something was kind of missing.
I did say in my review that I think that was so the hat had like room to sort of buzz around in the background. Otherwise, it gets a bit busy, right? I think that's why they did it.
Well, I think it would have been cool as if he threw his hat and the Shadow Priest would be in the background and cuts him in half or something on its way back.
We haven't had Shadow.
Mike, you got a fan in the chat, Mike.
Yeah, baby Basil.
It's my homie, my wrestling in the middle, my partner in crime, Baby Basil. That's my homie Erwin. He brought me to the podcast, so shout out to him. He's in the chat. What up, dog? I just shouted out the podcast, man. But yeah.
And shout out to Mike McDean too. Also, I just want to say we haven't had Shadow Priest since Mortal Kombat Conquest. Like
I know.
Yeah, no. And,
I didn't say this before, but Mike McDean, me, Justin McCollum, Evil Emperor X, and Oriana, all five of us, we saw the movie together at the AMC. So shout out to Mike. Thank you for being here in the chat.
What up, Mike?
I was just going to say, weren't there Shadow Priests in the background? They just weren't called that. They were just in the background. The guys that Kano kills with the eye laser and stuff, weren't they all Shadow Priests?
You lined all three of them up. Yeah, I think they were Shadow Priests.
I think they were. Priests. Yeah, you can't look like
that venue.
It's a clothing. It's a clothing. What I was gonna say is, that the scene where Liu Kang, Sonya, Johnny, and Jax, also Baraka was like terrorizing like the thing, like to get Liu Kang and the others to like go through,
get them into the castle,
go into the castle, and the thing is like. It was like, to me, it was like a 95 reference because you know how they were disguising that Shadow Priest to go into Shang Tsung's tower?
Yeah. The robes, yeah.
Yeah, the robes,
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they should have killed those Shadow Priests and then taken their robes, go undercover.
They should have done that.
Stay where you are. Also, I'm a little mad. I still feel like Liu Kang got nerfed in this movie too because yes, that was in the great fight scene, but the thing is, in 2 movies, we've only had 1 tournament, and Liu Kang only fought once and won, and then lost in that Shao Kahn fight. Like, I didn't like Liu Kang dying and only basically winning 1 fight. Like,
it's not good. I agree with you. Liu Kang should have been the winner, or
should have been the chosen one.
Or because they're getting away from Liu Kang being the winner and being the chosen one because it was the thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing in Scorpion's Revenge. They didn't even want Liu Kang to be the one to win. It's crazy.
Well, here's the thing. You can keep having that Liu Kang wins all the time. Then what's the point in going to see the movie, guys? Do you know what I mean? And they're basing it on MK1. They're basing it on MK11.
The same story.
Literally turned into fire and disappeared at the end. So they're mixing up the storylines and going with like current stuff.
But they should have.
I'm
Look, I'll say
against
this.
that. But
They should have had. They should have had Shang Tsung fight in one of these movies. Liu Kang should have been the one to defeat him at the very least, and then for the final battle against Shao Kahn, it didn't have to be a one-on-one, because if you look at the game story, they always say Shao Kahn's defeat at the hands of Earth's warriors. So I think if Liu Kang defeated Shang Tsung in a one-on-one, that would be cool. And then for Shao Kahn, have it be a group effort. Like that's cinematic these days anyway. That's what we like. We see groups like the Avengers that take down a big bad. That would have been a better way to do it, and I think more satisfying than seeing Liu Kang die and then Katana kill Shao Kahn. I think that threw people off a lot.
Some people say it's a girl boss thing, but it's not. I mean, that's always been a storyline. It's just the storyline they went with, right? But I do think that Liu Kang will have a fight against Shang Tsung at some stage. I do think that's coming, right?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, because Shane needs to fight. He needs to fight. I would say the same thing for Quan.
He hasn't gotten one.
I would say the same thing for Quan too, since he's part of this.
Yeah, Liu Kang, Shang Tsung, Quan Chi were all nerfed. That's just my opinion.
Do you think that Liu Kang in a future movie would fight Shang Tsung as self or as zombie Liu Kang?
Okay, I need to have the floor for a second. I love zombie Liu Kang. Right,
zombie Liu Kang. Oh my god!
I would absolutely love zombie Liu Kang.
I found Liu Kang just winning all the time boring, and that's what I'm saying. If you keep doing it in the movies, it's going to be boring also, right?
If they do
and that's why when they made him zombie Liu Kang, I thought it was awesome. I don't want him to be Revenant. If they're going to do it, he can't be Revenant. I want him separated.
Let Raiden do it.
Body, soul, spirit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know if they'll do it or not, but I'd love to see them do it, man. He has to have the chains too. He has to have the fucking chains with the hooks on the ends.
Also, I have to say this too.
You think they'll make a Dark Raiden in these movies?
I do think this. I think that if we get the third movie, which I think we will, okay, if we get the third movie, it should be Shinnok. But you know what I want to see? Because it's something we have not seen in a Mortal Kombat game or live action. I would love to see Shinnok and Shang Tsung interact. We've never seen it. We've never seen it in any Mortal Kombat game or movie. So I hope Shinnok's the main baddie in 3.
Well, they interacted in Annihilation.
No, not that. Not
that Shinnok.
No, not that Shinnok. Not my Shinnok.
Yeah, not my Shinnok.
Not my Shinnok. Okay.
Don't you approve of me? Don't I have my father's approval?
Hey, wait. In Armageddon.
I wanted to impress my father.
In Mortal Kombat Armageddon, was Shang Tsung in the war room with Shinnok and all the other bad guys?
No. Because we just replayed it. We just replayed it on our channel.
I was trying to remember.
No. What happened was Shinnok is in the tower in the Netherrealm, which was a reference to. Does anybody know the movie Game of Death by Bruce Lee? The movie that Bruce Lee died making, Game of Death. So So what happens is Taven helps Shinnok get his power back in the tower, but the scene with the bad guys in Outworld, Shinnok was not there. That was Quan Chi, Shang Tsung, Shao Kahn, and Onai.
Oh, so Shang Tsung was there, but Shinnok wasn't there. Okay, right.
Shinnok was not. So we've never seen Shinnok and Shang Tsung interact before. So I'm hoping we get that in the third movie.
Yeah, because that would have been the only time I would have thought that they maybe did. But you're right.
Yes,
there was not a lot of interaction between those two.
And Mike McDean, that's right. We need Kuai Liang. It's the time.
He needs to be in. Yeah, MK3. He needs to be in there and play some part of it, because with the whole Scorpion and Bihan storyline too.
Can I float something past you guys? Another thing.
Yeah.
Just an idea. This is just a spitballing idea I had. The next movie starts a la Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero. It's Kuai Liang. He's taken up the mantle of Sub-Zero and he's breaking into Temple of Elements. Raiden's recovered the amulet and he's put it in there to keep it away from people. And instead of Bihan, it's Kuai Liang that gets the amulet, and then he takes it to Quan Chi. Just say it. How's that?
Has the start. How's
That's
the start
good.
of the MK3?
How about
Like,
that?
you know what? That's a really good.
How about if
that's-
Kuai Liang is the one who takes the amulet from the bad guys and then brings it into the Temple of Elements? How about like a whole complete reversal?
I mean, why would you take it there though? Like,
that's where it belongs. He's
How about
putting it in his rightful place.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, he puts it up. Well, yeah, but I'm saying if you want to push the Shinnok Crunchy storyline, right, they need the amulet like that to get it right. So I'll push it the other way because I think that's where they're going to go with.
You could do a triple threat villain where you have Quan Chi and Shang Tsung do the Deadly Alliance, and because the amulet got broken, Shinnok got released.
Yeah,
Like,
and
Shinnok is free.
Noom Saibot, which I'm kind of weird. They never called him Noom Saibot. They called him Bihan, but
that bothers me. That really bothers me in that movie. It's like,
I think it's
y'all
okay.
call him in his government name. Call him noob.
No, I think it's okay because honestly, the name Noob Saibot would be very obvious to people that it's Boone and Tobias backwards. That would raise a lot of questions. Let's just keep it simple, not name him.
I
For
think
the
it was
main
a
audience.
They didn't want to play Tobias by using his name. That's what I personally.
I don't think it's about Tobias. I think it's just the whole idea.
The whole movie industry is greedy
It's the
and
same reason they
opportunistic.
didn't. It's the same reason they didn't name Catwoman in The Dark Knight Rises. It's corny, honestly. It's a corny name. Like, I love the name Noob Saibot and what it means to the lore and the development, but like, I am Noob.
Shao Kahn, the Australian or you know the
UK.
foreign accent.
He's British.
The British accent was slipping through a lot, and with Carl Urban, I know Carl's able to do an American accent because Oriana and I, we watched every episode of Becoming Human, and I'm sorry, Almost Human. And Carl Urban plays an American cop on that show. He sounds American 100% of the time. So I don't know what happens here, but he was losing it a lot. So I think that's
What
important.
to do with the boys, like coming up another
Yeah,
the boys. Yeah,
that's probably what it is. And then Raiden's accent, he was hard to understand sometimes. I don't like to make fun of people's accents. I know it's English is a second language, but when he said Earth Realm, it sounded like he was saying Off Realm, and it was just like that's a bit strong.
I think he looks great, but yeah, I think some of the lines need to be refined.
They made like Raiden like the first one, dude. Raiden was a dick. He was so strict.
I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of Raiden in this continuity. Raiden's my all-time favorite character, and I mean, it's one of the
His costume was better here.
The costume was definitely better.
The costume was better.
actual
I'm
like
not a
MK2.
fan, I'm not a fan of Raiden in this universe. I'm just
When you play the games, when you play the games and you recognize Shao Kahn's iconic booming voice, you know, the finish him, and you hear this movie, and it's like, finish him! It sounds really muffled. It's not.
On the through the mask.
And when you think of Raiden's iconic performance by Richard Epcar, this is not that. Like, the voices are, it does take me out of it a little bit. That's an important part of these
I
characters.
got rid of him on Mortal Kombat 1. I'm still mad about that, you know? But
I thought that was okay, because he's now just immortal. He's not nearly as powerful as
yeah, I know.
before.
I don't like that. I do want to say something about Raiden though. What Mad Mike says, like in the first one, he's like a real bit of an asshole. But I have a thought on that. I said this to Fate. I said, I think in the first movie he was like pushing people into getting their powers and getting their arcanas. And by doing it, he was like sort of like throw you in the deep end, right? So even that whole part with Cole, he's like, you failed to find your arcana. Don't be with your family. Do you know what I mean? He was sort of pushing him like, you're a loser. Like he sort of had to like push him. And I don't know. Like I think he knew that Goro might have been coming for him or something. The movie doesn't explain it.
I don't like it in that
And
first
that
movie where he disappeared. I didn't like that either. So like, you know, when they broke, when they broke down the shield, I just don't like the way Raiden's depicted at all.
Yeah. I know we all say plot armor with the Cole thing in the first movie, but something I will say, I do want to add. I was thinking, because I watched it a couple of times before I watched the second movie. I do think, and the movie does not explain this at all, I do think that when Scorpion dies in the first movie, he's dying trying to get to the daughter, the baby, and then he doesn't make it, right? And that's why Cole has the armor of protection. It explains why he has that, even though it's literal plot armor, right? Yeah. I think that's what they were going for. Like, and I see what they were trying to do. They just didn't do it right. Do you know what I mean? There's certain things you can't do. Like, it's just going to upset fads, right? Making up a character's going to upset fads. Do you know what I mean?
It is. It is.
You know, so,
I know, Luke, I know they killed off Cole Young in this movie, but if they wanted to, they could have just left him out entirely. They could have had Raiden and Sonya approach Johnny Cage, and he could have said, hey, I told the last guy, I'm not interested. That would have been it. The last guy doesn't even have to be named.
Right.
We all know who you mean. They could have just left him out completely, and I think that might have fixed the movie. Instead of having Shao Kahn and Cole Young fight, Shang Tsung and Liu Kang. I'd rather have saw Liu Kang fight Shang Tsung than Kung Lao, to be honest. And finally, my final point is I would have liked to have seen the Revenants actually get restored instead of them leaving it as an unresolved cliffhanger.
No.
Well, I like seeing Sean fight. I'm sorry. I really like that scene.
I
can't help it. I said that would happen.
I'll be as soon as like, you know, the Deadpool and then Cole Young coming in and then see Shao with the hammer. I was like, yeah, pack it up.
Speaking of the Deadpool, by the way, that was my favorite background. I know you guys like some of you guys said you like the blue core. I love the Deadpool the most in this movie, but I gotta say,
the background.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Total MK's been saying this for a while now, but I got to echo what he said. The one thing that the Mario movie gets right, the one thing that the Sonic movie hasn't done, and the Mortal Kombat movie hasn't done yet, we need music from the games.
Yes.
I would have loved to hear music, the Deadpool theme, the Lost theme. Like, I want to hear some of the iconic Dan Ford music. Just it doesn't have to be the whole.
Just
song,
have to sneak it. Just have to
that's
insert it in. And
that's one thing the Mario movies.
That's
one thing the Mario movies have done so well. Is the Mario movies, both of them, have included music from the games, and it's been fantastic. I'm just pleading, like, please, let's hear some of that iconic music we grew up hearing when we played.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
I think the reason the movie was kind of like was really like it was just missing. It was missing. Like, it's like we need like some Easter egg of some of the music.
Yeah.
Yep. We'd raise the audio.
I think all the pieces were there. I think they just should have rearranged them and made it fit a little bit better. I don't think they made good use of Sindel, although I think they could have. I don't think they connected it to Melina very good, which they should have taken the time to do something about that. And, there's just a few things that were a little off about this movie. I didn't like Shao Kahn's voice and the voices of some of the other characters like we talked about.
Yeah.
But
Jeffrey Meek's still the best Shao Kahn, I think. I know I'm in the minority. Jeff Meek's my favorite Shao Kahn to this day.
Yeah, he was bloody good.
Guys, I gotta call it a night. It is getting a little bit late for me. I was able to stay for over an hour, and it was so much fun chatting with you guys. So Luke, Mike, David, Joe, Jay, thank you guys so much for having me on. It was a blast.
Real quick, Tabmok99, 1 through 10. What do you give this one 1 through 10?
I'm going to give this 7.5. I'd say it was better than the 2021 movie by far. Not nearly as good as the 95 film, but pretty up there. So there was a few things they could have done differently. We discussed them, and there was a lot of exciting moments in this film, and I'm actually excited to see a third one. I hope they do it.
Absolutely. And Tabmok99, where can everybody find you, and anything else you want to promote?
Oh, yeah. Guys, you can find me at youtube.com/Tabmok99. My most recent video is about the non-canon comic that I think, Jay, you're holding in your hands. Mike and David, I'll hook you guys up soon. Joe's playing around on his phone, probably texting somebody, probably his girlfriend.
No, I'm getting into the placeholder so that I can.
Yep.
No, I'm teasing. I know. But yeah, that's my most recent video is about the non-canon comic books. So if you guys like comic books and Mortal Kombat, and especially Mortal Kombat comic books, you might want to check that one out.
Well,
and you can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, as well as YouTube. Tabmok99.
And I just want to say on behalf of NerdCage Live and, of course, the Mortal Kombat community, we are lucky to have you, Tabmok99, amongst our circles to give us all those great lore tidbits and whatnot. You've been there behind the scenes since the TRMK.com days on the message board. So I'm just saying we are lucky to have you as Mortal Kombat fans, someone to guide us and with your wisdom and all your cool little puns and all that good stuff and all the facts that you bring to us. So thank you very much for everything that you do, man. Thank you. You are a blessing from the Elder Gods.
Thank you so much, Jay. Thank you so much. And all you guys are fantastic. I love nerding out with all of you over Mortal Kombat, whether it's just one-on-one or like we've all done one-on-one content together, or whether it's as a group like this. So awesome. Well, thanks again, guys. Have a great night, and I'm going to catch the rest of this conversation tomorrow because I can't wait to see the rest of how this conversation goes.
Yes,
Absolutely.
sir.
All right.
Good night, and God
Take it
bless you. Have
easy.
the best day of your life, my friend.
Good night, bro.
All right. So, okay, so thanks Tabmok for his time here. One thing we haven't talked about yet is Jax.
Yeah.
Oh, Jax.
I was listen. I have to first and foremost. Jax is one of my favorite characters. I actually thought Jax was. I actually like Jax more in this movie than in the first movie. I loved the fact that he spared Jade. It just shows, like, you know, Jax's humanity and his representation to Earthrealm, that he spared Jade. Also, I like the fact that Katana said, one of my favorite lines in the movie is when Katana said, "Do whatever you have to do to Jade, but don't let her suffer. Do what you gotta do, but don't let her suffer." You know, that's definitely a Katana thing. Like, you know, like she knows there's a good chance that her best friend could die, but she understands the circumstances. But she just says, just don't let her suffer. Just do whatever you got to do. And I'm glad that Jax spared her. You know, and also I'm glad Jax didn't lose. I would have been pissed if Jax lost that fight. Just saying.
Yeah, I would spare her because
like, I don't think Jax
told
would
him
lose
to.
that. But like Jax is just chill throughout this like most of this movie until like his death when he got killed by Shao. That really like upset me right there. Like why you got him to be killed by Shao?
You know, you have to lose some heroes, right? Like you have to lose some.
I understand, but it was just like, damn. Out of all,
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of. I'm gonna get so much shit for this. I wish Jax lived and Sonya died. That's just me. That's just me.
Although,
if you're gonna kill Special Forces character, I think it should have been Sonya. I wish Jax. I mean,
you also have to.
I just want to add something because you were saying, like, I like that he spares Jade, but do you think he spared Jade because he made that choice, or did he spare Jade because Katana told him to?
I feel
like Katana told him.
Katana told him to.
Have the mixture, yeah.
I mean, it's a mixture, yeah.
Because he didn't have to listen to her. You know,
like,
I think it was a mix. I think Jax showed mercy, pun intended.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to, but also because of Katana telling. I think it's a mix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, as Jax only kills when he needs to. You know, like he killed Raiko. Thank God, because I hated that.
I'm glad he killed Raiko. Fuck
I'm just saying, like, I'm glad that, like,
the worst
like,
parts.
You gotta understand, Jax is military. Like, he's supposed to be like, you know, he's a good
Honorable.
guy. Like, you know, he's not.
Yeah,
he only
yeah,
kills
yeah,
when he has to. So I'm glad that he spared Jade. Like. And like I said,
that being said, he has the two worst, most violent Mortal Kombat 2 fatalities. So if you get on Jax's bad side, you're in fucking trouble. He's got to rip your arms off, you got to bleed out, or he's going to collapse your head.
Mm-hmm. And correct me if I'm wrong, but the heroes that have died are revenants in the game storyline, aren't they? Are they not?
Yes.
Yeah. Like in our storyline, the characters that died becomes revenants in the next, like, you know.
And Jax was the only, and Jax and Sub-Zero were the only ones that came back from it. And
they didn't explain it. I don't like. Yeah, that's a gripe I've got with MKX. It only half explains the Revenant shit. Like, because like MK9 like sets up that like basically everybody that Sindel kills in MK9 becomes a Revenant, and then some. Yeah, like Jax comes back and like some don't, and the MKX story like jumps all over the place. It seems like they changed the story to not tell that story, the Revenant story, which has always annoyed me. But like that's just what they did, right? But I mean, where do you go in this movie? Are they just going to resurrect everyone? That's something I'm a bit worried about. They've got this character now, this Quan Chi, that can just resurrect anybody. I'm like, I thought he would have to use the amulet or something because it has like Elder God power or something. I thought there'd be like something more to it, not just a guy that can just go, "You're back to life. You're back to life." You know what I mean?
I hope in the next iteration. I hope he has to use the what was it, the pit of resurrection, the actual pool there. I hope he has to use that. Yeah, I hope he has to use that.
What, the flesh pits?
No, Crunchy's Fortress in MKX, where there's like a pool of blood.
Pool of blood,
Yeah.
and then there was like some creature coming out of the blood.
It's based on the Lazarus Pit, right? From
Yeah.
fucking DC.
Yeah.
Batman. Yep.
Yep. And I don't know about there's a theory floating around that remember when Liu Kang dies, before he does, his eyes like glow and turn into fire,
flame, and it turns like a spirit.
There's a theory that he's not dying, he's advancing to fire
the spirit, like the spirit realm or something like that.
Well, somebody threw out Fire God Liu Kang. I don't know if it's
Fire God Liu Kang. Yeah, he literally became Fire God Liu Kang. He did the pose for MK1. He did that floating like arms
That
out,
flowing,
like
the flowing fire like up in the sky.
Yeah, like the Jesus pose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Right.
that's why we did the movie theater. We were like, Jesus. Like, I was like, I will say this: if there's any Revenant that I want to be saved, I'm biased here. I want Kung Lao. I hope he does end up saving Kung Lao in the third movie.
Yeah, he did say he wants to. He did say he wants to bring him back. Because think on the fight between him and Kung Lao and stuff. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's a great fight that led to like, oh shit, this shit is sad. He had to watch his brother being killed by his own hat and stuff, like right in front of his face. It's like, damn.
Well, that whole fight, like that they were cousins, and now like he's turned against him, and he has to fight against a guy that's been by his side the whole time. You know, he's been his ally the whole time, and so that fight's very hectic. It's got like a bit of an emotional backbone to it because of that. And then not only that, it kills him at the end.
Yeah.
So he has to kill him. You know.
Okay.
You know what I think we should do? Because us fans pretty much have a lot of power with this. We've seen that now from that movie to this one. I think we should start petitioning to see a scene of a flashback of the great Kung Lao, played by none other than Anthony Marquez.
I'll never put him in, dude.
That's another thing.
It'd be great if they did.
The cameo from Ed Boon was great, but man, I hope we get more.
It's a Stan Lee
cameos.
type.
Yeah, like I hope we get more cameos from people from MK Past to be.
Oh,
getting
yeah.
up
I would love that, but you know what they're like. They don't. They should have put John Tobias in this, and he wasn't in it. And I think you have to be current day team member or something.
I'm just saying.
I hate it too, but. You know what? One of the things I would love to see, actually, I would love to see some fans in the movie.
True.
They're just in bullshit background, like in the Tarkatan camp. You could add a Total MK back there. It could be a long-haired Tarkatan.
I'd be happy to be a goon that gets killed.
That would be like a background character.
I wish they'd do it. Like, why the fuck? Like, we've got this. There's such a big Mortal Kombat fandom, and they invite them to the LA thing and everything, and they meet all the stars. It's like, why don't you put some people in the fucking movie? Just put them in the background, in the crowds. People get a kick out of that. Let them actually see the set up close. I mean, they filmed the movie here in Australia, man. I sat in the first movie. They put out the roll call to be in it, but it was in Adelaide, which is like a state over. And I'm like, well, I can't. I just didn't try for it because it's not easy to get to Adelaide, right? It's a plane trip or a 8-hour drive, right? And I'm like, and my car, I don't think my car would make it. I drive an old car, so I didn't say anything. And then I went to the premiere, and I was sitting next to a guy. He was in the movie. He was in the Cole's he was in the scene with Cole Young where he fights in the in the cage match. And he told me, he lives in Melbourne. He goes, I just put my name down anyway. I'm like, fuck, I should have done that. And it was in the fucking movie. I could have been in the fucking movie. And not only that, there's people that are tied to my family that were in this movie. So there were extras on set. I'm like, this sucks so hard. And then on top of that, I'm getting messages from everyone. You should go be in the movie. You should go be. They make it in Australia. You should go be in the movie. I'm like, they make it in fucking Queensland. I used to live there. Pre-18.
It's not that easy. It's not like you can walk up to any movies.
No, I even know the casting director.
The con scene, with Johnny Cage was showing off this movie and stuff, and there was the convention and shit, the scene and stuff. I was like, damn, I want to be in that scene. I'll go to cons. I'll go to conventions.
I just think, and the reason I say that, the reason I say this is the reason I say it. Like, Mortal Kombat's such a global thing now, right? It's even bigger now. Like, I've been a fan my whole life, and I always felt like in Australia, like, just some people liked it. It was like an American thing, right? It just felt like that here. I don't know. It was always weird. I was chasing something. Like, there were fans here, don't get me wrong. But, like, now it's really big. And you see all the fans in Brazil, and you see all the fans all around the world, and they should put some of those people in the movie to, like, get some of that global representation. It'd just be so cool. Instead of just getting random extras, put some fans in the movie. That could be their payment.
What's like some
Man,
fans?
I would sign a
content
thing.
creators
I
or
would
something?
sign a thing. Put me in the movie for free. Fly me out. That could be my payment, my ticket, and my hotel. And I'll do the movie for free. I'll just stand around in the background and do whatever. I'll do it. I'm sure other fans would too.
Mortal Kombat 2, the TMK cut.
Well, I'll get Alex to green screen me in.
Release the TNK cut.
Jay,
I think they should recreate the old commercial in a movie. All fan extras, including the guy that gets on the car and screams out Mortal Kombat.
The MK1 commercial.
I don't want to. I didn't want to break up the discussion. I need to get going as well. Actually.
Okay. No problem, Ben. But Dave, real quick, can you just give your your final rating 1 through 10 and promote whatever you want to promote before you head out?
9 out of 10.
Excellent.
There you
go.
And I'm on Twitter and Blue Sky at David L Craddock, and Facebook. I don't know what it is, but I'm on there.
And yes, and be sure to pick up. Yes.
Real story. Real story. All right. Thanks, guys. It was a lot of fun, Jay, Joe.
Glad to have you.
Luke, Mike. I'll talk to you guys later.
No worries. See you,
man.
All right. See you, David.
All right. And then there were 4. One thing that kind of bothered me, I wish Dave was going to catch this part, but one thing that, okay, we don't need to play sort of perfect. It kind of bugs me to another Liu Kang problem is we never got a Liu Kang Katana relationship in this movie. You know,
they didn't.
Yeah,
they didn't like really. They didn't really went on that direction, and so that was kind of really weird too. They didn't no.
They didn't do any relationship chemistry. Yeah, between.
I think the closest you got was Shao Kahn and Katana. That was the closest you got.
Actually,
and that wasn't even the same.
There's one part where Sonya's looking at Liu Kang and she goes, "Ooh, that's Liu Kang. He's our best." Yeah. And I'm like, go back a second. I don't know. She seemed to be, I don't know.
There are next to no relationships in this movie. I mean, it's like Joe mentioned, you had the father stepdaughter thing with Katana a little bit, and then Jax and Sonya still had some of their cool military chemistry and this and that. But I feel like there was no relationships in this film. Like,
I think someone said it. Someone said it. They didn't want to rush in with Sonya and Johnny Cage, but she does mention that she watched his movies later, right? At first, she says we're definitely not fans.
I'm still wondering.
I'm kind of glad they refrained from that. I'm glad they refrained from that because I don't like the age gap in this film where Johnny Cage is 30 years older than Sonya. 20 years older, but still, it's a little weird to me that Johnny Cage is aged up.
How much difference?
Well, no, I'm just saying Johnny Cage is aged up, and Sonya, Jax, Liu Kang are not. I mean, I don't mind them being aged up, but only Johnny Cage was the only one that was aged up. So I'm kind of glad
like the oldest. Right?
Yeah, I'm kind of glad they refrained from Sonya and Johnny Cage having a relationship.
I don't know. I just didn't look at him. I just didn't look at him being like a lot older. I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. I don't know.
I'll do say this outside of the movie, it was really cool to see Carl Urban and Kerry Hoskins together, and they did that.
The premiere.
They did that post. Yes, we're still together. I wonder how Cassie's doing. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
When do we get Cassie Cage?
I still feel as great as Carl Urban was in the film. I still feel that Johnny Cage is too old. And again, I know we've seen it, but I don't like him being older than everybody else. That's just me.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird. It's just like, man, this Johnny, it just for some reason it just felt somewhat weird because it's like this Johnny was just like old, grumpy, Like, he could be grumpy at times, but it's just like, damn, he's just old.
Oh, he's going through the has-been life.
Yeah.
As an actor, that's the whole thing.
They
At the
did
start.
the same.
I
They did the
think,
same
like,
thing
he's
with
actually 50.
Casper Van Dien.
He's actually 53, Carl Urban, but I think he's more playing like a 45-year-old or something. I don't know. That's what the vibes I got.
Well, remember,
Which is
they
fine.
said that the Uncaged Fury was, what, 1996 is what they said?
It said copyright 1990 at the start when it showed the tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when he was looking at himself as, like, you know, 15 years old, like 15-year-old Johnny Cage was like 1980 something, 1985, 1986.
You just reminded me of something. Was that Doogie Howser? Was that Neil Patrick Harris?
No,
it looked exactly like him. And my friend said he watches movies. And he's like, is that Neil Patrick Harris?
Oh, there we go.
And I'm
Hold
like,
on,
I
Mike.
think it might be.
Hold on, Mike in the chat says in the bar scene he was shown to be 16 years old in 1985, which would make him born in 1969 and 2026. He'd be 57 years old. There we go. See, that's too old.
57.
Hang on, wait. Where's it say 1985? It says copyright 1990 on the tape. When it says Uncaged Fury, it says copyright 1990.
Yeah, no, he's talking about the karate fight that he was.
The karate fight that he was looking at on his phone.
Oh, okay.
YouTube video at the
okay,
bar.
yeah, that did. Yeah, okay, right.
So that would make him 57.
That's too old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like.
It doesn't look too old to me. He just. He looks 45
to me. It
to
does. To me,
A
it
57 Johnny Cage, 57-year-old Johnny Cage.
But I get
The
it.
only way you'd be able to explain it is if when Raiden went to Earthrealm, he accidentally did a time jump. That's the only way you could explain it, is if he was pulled out of a future.
We're entering dangerous territory here.
I know.
Yeah.
We're entering new NetherRealm territory here.
I get it from a marketing standpoint. I get it. The movie needed a draw, and Carl Urban is a draw. I get.
Yeah, he has charisma like you wouldn't believe.
I hate to remind you of this, Jay, but it was almost The Miz. Remember?
Could have been The Miz. I heard. Yeah, like The Miz wanted that character so bad and stuff. It was like
I think to
coming
this day,
from as a wrestling fan, like, yeah, I mean The Miz will be fit with Johnny, but it's like, can you do a split?
Yeah, I was gonna say an attitude only.
By the way, Carl Urban really did the split. Apparently, he
did.
He really did it.
Yeah, he did.
But no, to me,
And
Lyndon Ashby.
We could have gotten older. We could have got Jean-Luc Van Damme or
Lyndon Ashby. Lyndon
John
Ashby's by far the best, and I think Matt
Mixing
Mullins
my nerd
is a close second.
Yeah, he was really good, Matt Mullins. I was petitioning for him to stay in Legacy, and then he got replaced by Casper Van Dien. I was really pissed off about that.
I'm sorry. I'm kind of tired. And the games are guilty of this too. I'm sick and tired of like Johnny Cage being like a has-been. Like in the original timeline, he was a box office draw. He was a superstar. Like the first movie got it right. Like in the original Midway timeline, he was box office. I'm kind of tired of this new Johnny Cage being like this washed up. I'm sick of that shit. I really.
But that's the modern Mortal Kombats. That's what they're drawing from.
I know. It pisses me off. I'm sick of that. I wish they'd go Johnny Cage going back to being the.
Well, that goes back to the original. You know, they wanted Jean-Claude Van Damme, and he turned them down. So they got pissed and put that storyline together that he was a washed-up actor. You know,
washed-up actor. That's like, no, your movies ain't hitting right, sister.
I'm just tired.
I think
as an OG fan, I'm just sick of it. Just me personally.
I always ask myself, what if it would have been a different character that they wanted for the game instead of Jean-Claude Van Damme? What if it would have been, say, Steven Seagal?
Oh, God.
I know.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's weird, dude. He's a real piece of shit too. Like I've been watching a lot of stuff about him. Like he like breaks stuntman's arms and legs and stuff. Like they're supposed to just be doing a movie or a show or something, and he goes too far. Like he's a dick. But I was just gonna say something that Daniel Pazina said a bit as the original Johnny Cage actor. He always thought that they changed the Johnny Cage character to like give him a bit of shade. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah,
like the way they made it kind of goofy and stuff.
He said that on this channel as well. That's just the impression he gets. I don't know, but I'll say this. I'm sorry to say this, as much as I love this game, It's all started in Shaolin Monks. Shaolin Monks was the first game where they kind of made Johnny Cage dumb and a little like too dumb and silly.
I wouldn't say dumb. I would say like annoying, right?
Yeah, it started right there from that point on. It wasn't just another midway during, like I said, the 3D era with Shaolin Monks. From that point on, they started making Johnny Cage like dumb, and then they made him washed up and this and that. So yeah, I'm kind of like, man, I wish they would, make him like a star again. I'm kind of tired of that.
Well, although I do have to say this, Jay, that in Shaolin Monks, they were all kind of dumb. I mean, you do remember that a guy got impaled, and he goes, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, it's like look at like Kung Lao and stuff. Like Kung Lao asking a monk, "Are you okay?" after getting stabbed. I was like, bro, really?
Yeah.
Okay, one of the things that TotalMK and I kind of got in a discussion privately the other day, and we didn't really get to flesh it out, but I want to say it here. I think the one mistake this movie did, and it's not the movie itself, they should have stayed in October.
Yeah.
Judging by the box office, I'm sorry, and TotalMK is going against me on this one, but I think the movie would have made more money back in October because nobody knew that Michael Jackson and Devil Wears Prada were going to be hits. Like, nobody fucking knew. But if this movie stayed in October, there was nothing else. I think the movie, and it killed the momentum of the marketing. I think they should have stuck in October, and the movie would have made more money.
Not to mention Halloween alone would have been a draw for.
Well,
if they wouldn't delay, if they would not delay
Prada 2 and Michael, don't go watch Mortal Kombat.
The what?
The people who watch Devil Wears Prada 2 and Michael, they don't watch Mortal Kombat.
True.
Yeah, but the mainstream audience, the people who just randomly walk into a movie theater, I just think Mortal Kombat would have had less competition and more people come in. Also, keep in mind, October is cosplay season. You know how many people would have fucking cosplayed as Mortal Kombat characters for Halloween, going into the movies, and with the fatalities and blood and guts. There was nothing in October. I think that was a missed opportunity. They should have stayed. I think the movie only did $63 million worldwide, which not bad, but not great. I think it would have done more if it stayed in October.
But that's just projections. Remember, at the moment, I think it's gonna like shoot up like you wouldn't believe. But I will say I'm not saying you're wrong, and I'm not saying I'm right or anything. I'm just saying it's hard to say because it would have had the advantage of coming out right before Christmas on the original date, right? But holding it back made people wait for it and like anticipate it and build this like hype, and then they put out more trailers and more marketing. They did so much more marketing. I think they made all these popcorn buckets. I don't think they were going to be out by October. I think that's why they did all that stuff, and they built this big like hype for it, and so that it had that going for it too. So it's hard to say which one.
I also think there is such a thing as a hype bubble burst though too. I think if you overhype something, it can actually detract the sales a bit because people are sick of seeing.
But did it burst for this one?
Yes.
Not completely.
Yes.
Not completely.
No.
I think it's
I'll be honest with you.
Completely.
I was expecting more, like box office was. I'm kind of surprised. It didn't. It underperformed a little bit, but it didn't flop. I thought for sure.
But we don't have a solid number yet. That's the thing. It keeps changing. They keep saying, well, the budget was 68, and then it was 80, and then it made 40 million, and then it made 63 million. Like, it keeps all the numbers are like up in the air at the moment. I'm waiting for like a solid first week number, which will be on Thursday, right? 2 days.
But either way, the movie's gonna have to make 200 to break even, and it's gonna
160.
Yeah. But still, it's gonna.
It will. It'll make that easily.
You know what will be the telling thing is how Street Fighter does because it's got an October release date.
Well, remember, Street Fighter has one big advantage. One, it's PG-13. Two, you have a lot of big names attached to that fucking movie.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of fucking names.
There's several draws in that movie.
Yeah.
And also remember that Mortal Kombat hasn't come out in Japan yet. It comes out in June. So there's no income from Japan yet.
Yeah.
That's right. I don't know if it's come out in China yet. I don't remember. It came out in like India, Japan, China, Indonesia.
I forget that it doesn't release everything at the same time.
If the movie,
So I'm talking global box office. My target was originally 600 million, which was really high. But now I'm aiming towards 400. I do think it's not going to get 600. That's a bit silly. But I think it could get to 400.
I think it'll be 300, 250 to 300. I think it's where it's going to finish.
Yeah.
Which will be enough to justify the third movie.
That's the whole global box office I'm talking about, right? The whole global thing.
I'm talking global. Yeah. I think 250 to 300 is my prediction, and it needs. Listen, it needs to go above 200. It absolutely needs to go above 200.
It will.
Yeah, it definitely will.
Sure
It definitely will.
And like I said, to make a decent profit, it needs to do 250 to 3 to make a decent profit. Like I said, I think it will crawl to it. I think we'll get there. I think we'll get that third movie. But do I see? I think we're gonna get the third movie and that's it. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get the third movie. Maybe we'll get like spin-off TV shows on HBO Max. That's the best we can.
Yeah, because Judy Lynn and Max Huang are already pushing to do
the Shalamox. They want out a Shalamox TV series.
Yeah.
Some actors, some celebrities, they do this thing where they go, "Wouldn't it be cool if we did a Shaolin Monks movie?" But it's already like in the works, and that's why they say that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's what's going on, but that's what it seems like it, because it seems like it's all over my timeline and all over Facebook and everywhere.
Yeah.
Of them going, "Wouldn't it be cool if we did this?" And I'm like, they're probably already doing it.
I feel like it's just already
That's mostly
making
to
their
probe
own.
the fans on how much demand there is for it.
Yeah, it just felt like they're already
they
making
know
their
that.
own movie cinematic universe already.
Yeah. Just know that sometimes they say, "Wouldn't it be cool if," because they already know they're already making it. They already know
Mm-hmm.
It's generating hype.
Well, at least we know they're working on the script to the third movie now, supposedly. So.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, now they're going to take all my ideas that I said in this video about Kuai Liang and Mortal Kombat mythology. That is the coolest intro idea ever. I stand by that. That would be epic, and fans would lose their shit.
By the way, credits to both movies. Both movies open epically. Like that's one thing. So we need,
really
we need a third opening, a great opening here.
Yeah, definitely.
It did bug me that it didn't say 2 though.
I'm not waiting another fucking 5 years for the third movie. Like they better steamroll this movie out fast. Like
no, he's already said there won't be a 5-year wait. It'll probably be like 2 years.
It better be like a year or two. Like they need to like.
I would say 2 years. 2 years at best.
Yeah. So they need to.
Like, they basically edit the movie here. They film it and edit the movie here.
Yeah.
Up in New South Wales.
But yeah, I agree with everything Total MK said about the Shinnok's Amulet and Kuai Liang. I'm hoping we get Shinnok as the baddie, the main bad. I hope we get Fujin, because Fujin's my second favorite character.
I was gonna say,
Fujin has to be in there.
My pitch for the third movie is, okay, obviously the invasion of Shao Kahn never happened, obviously, because we only had one tournament. It's time for Shinnok to burn the earth down. Like, I think what should happen is go back to Mortal Kombat 4. Shinnok should target Edenia first, because Edenia has now been free. Like Outworld and Edenia are now free. Shinnok's gonna aim for Edenia, and then he'll aim for Earth. It absolutely needs to be Shinnok. Shinnok, Quan Chi, Shang Tsung should be like the three like main bad guys. With obviously the amulet, the revenants, and then on the good side we get Fujin, we get Kuai Liang. There's so many other characters.
Characters I'm looking for. I'm really like, since we're like it's MK3, it's just like characters we're looking forward to see on there. It's like, of course, Kuai Liang, of course, Ni Fujin. Gotta bring Tanya in. Nightwolf, Tanya, she gotta be a part of this.
So I actually want Sissy Stringer to play Tanya. I want Sissy Stringer to come back and take over Tanya instead of Melina.
Yeah, I'd be good with that.
Yeah, I think she'd be perfect for Tanya.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah. Definitely.
Because they ruined Melina.
I know they're gonna resurrect characters. That's like inevitable, but I really hope we just bring in more characters instead of just bringing back the same ones. Like I hope we get more characters that we haven't seen yet.
Give us a new Cyrax and Sector.
Cyrax Sector. Bring Striker
I already
in.
said it. If they do that, they got to be the male original cyber assassins, not women.
Not the other one that MK1, but we just want the male one.
You can't have women in suits.
Then you're gonna put Cyber Ninjas in. You gotta bring Smoke in too.
Yes.
We had to be human first.
Yeah, Smoke, maybe Hydra.
Hydro.
Yeah, they can do a. You know how we have
a certain Denny and Prince should be there.
Well, no, I was just gonna say since we have the Shaolin monks, we have Liu Kang and Kung Lao. We also need Kuai Liang and Smoke. We need the other Shaolin monk, like the other two, the pairs together.
Yeah.
So yes.
Kuai Liang and Smoke. Yeah, they need to be in there. Like Smoke has to be human first, and then probably like throughout the movie he'll be captured by Lin Kuei and stuff like that.
There's a lot of storylines they could do, to be honest. They could have the Cyber Initiative one. They could have the Quan Chi Shinnok one. They could have the Mortal Kombat Mythologies one. There's so many directions.
The Deadly Alliance.
Yeah, that Deadly Alliance, or bringing back people from this movie.
We need a monster. We need a sub boss. Why not Moloch, Kintaro, Motoro?
Or Motaro or Kintaro.
No, I'm saying no to that. No.
The CG.
I'll tell you why. It tanks the budget, dude. It just and like you know, because you hated the Goro thing. That's what you're gonna get if they do it again.
Well, that's because they went full CGI. Go back to practical. Bring animatronics.
They won't go back to practical. It's so hard. That Goro thing failed all the time. The animatronic thing failed all the time.
God, they have to work so hard to make that work.
The tech was in its infancy back then.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. Like, don't get me wrong, I agree with you. But they won't do it. I just know Hollywood. They won't do it. They'll just go get a computer to do it.
Yeah, they won't do it.
They won't do it.
It's a technology.
If they could maybe do, like, I was thinking about this because I've been thinking about this a lot because, yeah, I love the monsters, right? But I don't want them to squander the budget. It will ruin the movie. It will so hard, right? Yeah. But if they did, like can do Shinnok, easy costume, right? If they did
my other argument for Shinnok, now that they name drop Shinnok, but isn't MKX to this day the second most sold MK game, and the main baddie was Shinnok?
I believe so.
Yeah, so I think Shinnok should absolutely be the next bad guy. I do too.
He gotta be.
I think that rounds off a good would-be trilogy.
Yeah, I agree. But if they were going to do a Naga, you might be able to do a guy in a suit with that one. You might be able to. You just have to have a tail and like the wings, right?
Yeah.
You might. Yeah. So you might be able to get away with doing that practically a lot easier if you just attach a lot of these prosthetic things, right? Whereas like a four-arm monster and that, I don't know. It just seems.
God, Total MK. Before we even get like. Onaga in a movie, it's time to bring Onaga back in the games. Like, it's been too long.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I've been saying they have to bring him back because they don't have a bad guy in it. They had no bad guy in Mortal Kombat 1, and then they had to have it. It was lame.
Yeah,
it was so lame.
Onaga was right there, but they didn't even like use him.
So my conspiracy theory around that is that it's FGC and they want all the slots for characters that people can play as. And I'm like, nah, you got to have a sub-boss. I want things to go back how it used to be. I want a sub-boss and I want a boss because that's what Mortal Kombat is. And, like, they need to have those. They had no threat. They added Havoc and they tried to make him a threat. But I'm like, but he's just a normal character that you've given, like, extra abilities to. It's just lame. Like, it's not imposing at all.
That was such a waste. That DLC was a waste.
Yeah.
Oh, that was ass. 2-pack of ass.
And you think back to Mortal Kombat 1, and you might have picked it in the movie. So it was funny because all you guys said, I thought we'd see the realms merge, but it actually was in this movie. If you saw, after Khan wins, it shows like the sun, and it shows like almost like an eclipse of the two. That's supposed to be the realms merging, right?
Yeah.
They did that exact effect in MK1. They had all these red portals, like that was the threat. And then when I got the game, I'm like, what was that red portal shit about? Barely in it. Do you know what I mean? And they knew they had no threat. They had nothing in the story.
Yeah.
Now, guys, in the third movie, what backgrounds do you want to see? Because I want to see the Soul Chamber.
The Soul Chamber. Oh, that means. See, so here's the thing. If you bring the Soul Chamber in there, that Ermac got to be in there. Ermac has to be in the third one.
Yeah.
Third movie.
Well, I'm just saying that Shang Tsung and Quan Chi are still alive, so they can easily do a Soul Chamber. It doesn't have to be Shao Kahn's Soul Chamber. It just needs to be the Soul Chamber.
Yeah, the Soul.
I want to see the Soul Chamber. And I got one more. I'm sorry. The Elder Gods stage from MK4. The Elder Gods.
I was gonna say that too. At the Elder Gods.
I want to see the Living Forest.
Yeah. The face is changing.
Put my face in there, and the Elder Gods. Oh, like the Elder Gods stage. Put my face in there.
Yeah, they could have fans as the faces.
Oh my God. Yes. That's
like Ed Boon was the
so-
tree in Mortal Kombat 2. He was the
The
face.
Living Force. You know what? I noticed, like, damn, they should have put the Living Force in in this movie. They should.
I'm glad they didn't call that forest at the start the Living Forest. I would have been mad because it didn't have the trees or any of the evil. It was just the forest. But if they did do it like that,
the curtain jungle from MKX, right? Is that what it
the Botan jungle or whatever.
Kuatan jungle.
Curtain jungle
Oh,
MKX.
Isn't it? Is it what's the Botan jungle from? Is that from 11 or something? I don't know. I get them all mixed up now.
That was from 1, I think. Well, MKX
Botan
is the
jungle.
curtain
That one is it? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kuantan jungle was MKX.
Yes.
Yeah. So the Living Force wasn't like.
They need to do the Living Forest, and they need to have the growling trees and the tree fatality where it eats someone.
Half the fans
They need
have
to do it.
faces.
Yeah.
Have like some of the fans being faces.
But if they do it, if I'm picking a level to be an MK3, it'd be the rooftop.
Yeah.
My favorite.
The rooftop.
What about the subway?
Nah, I love the rooftop.
The rooftop. I would say the graveyard.
Yeah.
The graveyard.
I would say the graveyard. I would
Bell
love to
Tower?
see that. Or maybe another portal stage. Another portal
There's the
stage.
balcony. That's above the soul chamber.
Yeah.
That's above it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely on my wish list. Yeah.
No.
There's so many cool
Yeah,
things.
There's so many stages that they can bring for MK3.
I know. I forgot about a lot of them, so I just had to pull them all up.
Yeah, for me, obviously the Deadpool made my night that night. That was so fun.
I like how in the movie, on the Deadpool stage, I like how the camera panned to like after like it was a 2D, like you about to
You know what I'd like to see them showcase?
Yeah.
The camera work
Because
was great.
what is Reptile's race again?
Saturn.
Saturn.
Yeah. Why can't we see where he's from? Ever.
They've only ever shown Satara in Mortal Kombat Conquest, and it was a really bad
that's what
CG
Conquest
effect.
kind of did, yeah.
Yeah, but they did it.
They did. I was gonna say like, man, like if you're gonna bring Reptile and MK3, he has to be a ninja. I don't want to see him as a full-fledged lizard.
I mean, they could easily say he's another member of the race, it's Satarian race. They could easily do that. But I don't think we're gonna see Reptile again personally. I don't think so. But if they did, they could say it.
This is
there's
like that
another
first
species.
Reptile.
Yeah.
They need to see. This is why. This is something I said in a video. I don't know if you watched my video about test screenings.
Yeah.
So the 95 movie would have been in big trouble if they didn't have the reptile fight and the scorpion fight. That would have I think people would have laughed at it and called it lame, like they do the 21 movie, because Scorpion was going to get kicked once and fall over, and we were going to be stuck with that green crappy CGI reptile that nobody liked.
Yeah.
And that movie corrected that part where he becomes like the human reptile and we bust into another fight scene. People always say that that's their favorite fight that I know. They always either say that or Scorpion fight. And those are the two fights that Robin Shaw choreographed and did it in Hong Kong style, right? I think that saved the movie a lot. I mean, I'll never know, right? But I think if those weren't in it, there would have been a lot of backlash.
I'm curious. I'm going to reach out, or maybe I'll have Tabmok reach out, but Uncanny Carlos was one of the guys at the first screening. I want to know what the difference was between that old screening and this. He'd be the one to ask.
I think there'll be a lot of differences.
He's the one who
a lot of things would change.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to tell people, because I didn't like it when all those rumors came out. I went to the screening. I'm like, you went to something that's like not finished. You saw something that's not done. You know what I mean? It bugged me. You know what I mean? Because I know in them, and you know, Jay, with everything you do, you guys would know. But like, you know, they always change shit. Like, that's what the test screenings are for. They change things and add effects and remove things, and that's not the final movie you're seeing, and that does make a big difference. Like, even changing one little thing can make a big difference.
Yeah. All right, guys. So it's 11 o'clock here in the East Coast. You guys want to wrap it up and just give our final thoughts? Because I think we covered everything. I think we covered every single fight, every single character.
Yeah, I know. We're starting to get.
We didn't cover the. Well, we didn't talk about like the Scorpion Behan fight.
Oh well, we mentioned Behan. We didn't talk about Scorpion. I guess I'll talk real quick about it. I didn't necessarily like the whole control your dream thing where he had his own I didn't. I mean, it was brief, but I didn't really quite like that. I understand.
The peaceful stuff.
Yeah.
The
I
bluff.
didn't like that. But when he was like, "Hey, Bihan's out there," and he went to Vengeful Scorpion, fuck yes, that was great.
He got pissed off.
I wasn't too wild about the peaceful thing at first.
Yeah, I was like, when
another round was supposed to be chaotic. It's hell. Like,
yeah, it's a chaotic.
Yeah, but Scorpion said he could bend it to his will, right? Because he had strong willpower.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can.
I mean, that was the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something they kind of threw in there. You know,
it didn't bug me. Yeah, they threw it in, but it didn't bug me.
They just throw it in and stuff. It's like, hey, but Hanzo's at peace, but when Bihan's names get mentioned that he's back, everything around him turns hell.
Turns bad,
yeah. So I was like, okay. I was like, what? That's what made that.
That's what I did. It just set up a bit of
shit.
Yeah. Set up the rage, right?
Yeah.
So he loses control of that willpower in that moment. One mention of his name. Oh, that Bihan or Bihan guy, that fucker's still alive, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will admit, I think as great as every time Hiroyuki-san is on screen, I still feel like both of these movies underutilized. And this is, well, so did the MK95 in Annihilation. Scorpion's been hell underutilized in all the Mortal Kombat movies. At least we have the animated Scorpion's Revenge, which is great. But I still feel like every single fucking Mortal Kombat movie is underutilized Scorpion.
Yep. You know why? Because he's the neutral character. They don't know how to write him. Because in some games he's bad, some games he's good. That's why he's my favorite character. He's always had a really interesting storyline.
He's just a tweener.
Got that duality.
And it's really hard to write that in film. It's just easy that he has one thing to do. Like this was
he's just pretty much he's just a tweener. That's really what he is.
Yeah, and thank God they brought back the Ed Boon get over here.
Yeah, they had to make up for that.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah, it should always be that. It should.
I like how with Bihan knew about the Shadow Clone and stuff, like the ability and stuff. And one thing is like the Shadow Clone never speaks.
No.
He never speaks until that one line says, "The amulet." Like, wait, what? You don't speak? Wait a minute, you're a Shadow Clone. You can't speak.
I can. It needs the amulet.
He was so polite.
I know.
Why would he ask for the amulet?
I think that's why he doesn't speak, because he's too polite.
He's too polite.
I never thought in a million years I'd say this. I kind of prefer the two Sub-Zero Scorpion fights in the first movie than this movie. I never thought in a million years I'd say that. I'm saying just those fights, the Scorpion Sub-Zero fights, I prefer in the 2021 movie. It pains me to say it. It's like the one thing 2021 movie did better than this was Scorpion Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Are you guys in the same mind as me
fun.
where I think they're doing too much with the spear? I think they're making it too intricate now. Now it can split and go into
like different thing. I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
The spear makes my breakfast for me every morning.
There you go.
I make some eggs with this.
I think the problem with that fight, it was too hectic with too many players going on at once.
It was all over the place.
Like, it's not really Mortal Kombat. I mean, I know there's sometimes you'll play 2v2 or 4v4 tag team or whatever, right? But most of the time in Mortal Kombat movies, it's 1v1 most of the time, right?
Which is another thing.
I don't mind 2v2.
With the games and with the movies, can we get back to the old school styles of matches, mirror matches, endurance matches, shit like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to see that showcased in film too.
Yeah, they've never done a mirror match. I think that would be really interesting in the movie.
Yeah.
Who will you be fighting against? Yourself. I know Shang Tsung does some sorcery or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a cool little one.
Or an endurance.
Joe Taslim.
And that's where I think I've made this critique before that everybody thinks that the 95 movie is God, but they did miss some key elements.
There's a lot wrong in that movie.
When she says, face yourself, that should have been a fucking mirror match.
Yeah. Like, it was right there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things wrong in the 95 movie. It gets way too much credit. I think people just Like, it's very nostalgic. I love the movie.
Yeah,
I've seen
it's
it
hard to
over
break.
100 times. Don't get me wrong.
I still think
Right?
it's the best because it follows the lore the closest to this.
It was deep into the story.
And
But
they
let me tell you
didn't have
something.
much story to go on back
Who's never watched it? You know who's never watched the 95 movie? Normal moviegoers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's too hokey for them. It's too weird. Like,
I'll
but
say this,
they'll be more likely to watch this one, right?
Do you remember our friend Matt from Matt's Movies Reviews that was with us during the Highlander watch party? We did a review together, like a look back on Mortal Kombat together, and he said it's perfect. He said Mortal Kombat 1995 is basically what Batman 1989 did for comic book movies, Mortal Kombat 1995 did for video game movies. It was the perfect way to put it.
Yeah, for the video game crew, but it's definitely not perfect. I mean, like, okay, for example, the whole movie, Sonya's like, I'm in charge, I'm strong, no one can tell. And then, like, Johnny Cage beats Goro, and Shang Tsung puts her arm behind her back, and she's screaming, help, let me go, help me. Like, it's a simple arm lock, and she's a martial arts expert, special forces. Like the movie's not perfect, right? It's not. Like, it did push. Yeah, I agree. It did push video game movies into the forefront because it did a good job representing the source material. The characters, and I always say this, the characters look like the characters. When you see Scorpion come out and he's like in the outfit and like he's just, he's Scorpion, right? When the characters looked, it was awesome. So when I watch Ace Attorney, all the characters look good except for that red-white guy. But anyway, and that's where you start to connect with the source material and the movie. That's what people want.
And one thing I've mentioned this so many times, 1995, all we had was 3 games and arcade storyboards. There wasn't like all the stuff that we have now, all these cinematics and all the stuff they have now. Like,
yeah.
In 1995, we just had 3 games, 3 story. Mortal Kombat 3 was barely a thing. I'm just saying they did a great job. Paul Anderson and Larry Kasanoff, so give them credit for like fleshing that out, bringing it to life, and bringing Mortal Kombat to the next stratosphere. They really did.
Yeah, bringing it to the next. It's like it was definitely the year of MK, to be honest, because MK3 was out.
Yep.
The MK movie, and then
I remember I was playing MK3 and I had the ad
live
for the movie.
tour.
The live tour, the live tour, especially the VHS tape before
MK Journey Begins. Yeah,
the Journey Begins.
So all I was saying with what I just said is that Mortal Kombat 95 was mostly made just for fans and video game fans, right? Yeah. It was just made for those people, right? Whereas a movie now, they try and make it for both camps, a standard moviegoer and a fan. Where that's the difference I'm making. So a current day movie is more likely to bring in people that just want to be entertained and watch a movie. What's this? Oh, I'll just go watch it, right? Because I used to do that. I used to just go watch random movies like all the time, right? But that old one, people, I just because I know people, I know standard people, and they're like, I've never watched it. Why do I watch that shit? Like, why would I? They just immediately turned off by it. Yeah. So they never play the game.
By the way, Sarah Gang, thanks for subscribing. Really appreciate everybody who's came in and subscried today. All right, so you guys ready? Okay, Mad Mike, is there anything else that we did not cover?
That's it. That's all.
All right, let's put a bow on this. So you guys, let's give a final rating 1 through 10, and promote whatever I want to promote. So, TotalMK, I'll let you go first, man. 1 through 10, and anything else you want to add, or anything else you want to add to everything that we talked about tonight.
So I gave the movie 8.5 out of 10. I still think it's an extremely enjoyable movie, even though with the Sindel problems and that. So I stand by. I was umming and ahhing between 8 and 8.5, but the movie still entertaining. As Mortal Kombat fans, we know all the stuff about Sindel and that, so it's annoying, and it would be nice if they had fixed that, but. I stand by that as a, with the backgrounds, with the entertainment, with the fight scenes, and I saw it with 2 people, my best friend who's not a Mortal Kombat fan at all, and he liked it, and I saw it with Alex, who edited it out well too, as he knows a bit about Mortal Kombat, but not a hardcore as well, and they both liked it, so.
And where can everybody find you, and what do you got, any material coming out?
Just on YouTube, TotalMK, probably... I want to do an Easter egg video which is something we didn't talk much about. But yeah, I want to do Easter eggs in this film. At the moment, I'm doing some analysis, so I'll give you guys one that I spotted last night. There's one real quick flash scene. There's a box that says Carlton Express in the Johnny Cage, Uncaged Fury clip. You see it for like 1 second. It says Carlton Express. And as you know, Johnny Cage's real name was John Carlton.
Johnny Carlton. Yep.
Johnny Carlton. Yep.
Yes, very nice. All right, Mad Mike, go ahead. Where can everybody find it? And then you put a bone after, give it 1 through 10 and all that good stuff.
Okay, let me get my rating first before I pull out my socials. So I will give this movie a straight 8 out of 10. Because the movie is fun. I love the fight scenes. I love like the stages. The movie's actual proper tournament at this time. Like they would have like fleshed out on some of the characters like backstories. They would have given like a flashback, like with Sindel, like how does she after Shao Kahn taking over Adenia, and Jade also, because like how does she earn that staff when she was raised under Shao Kahn? I think other cons Quan Chi. I just hate how I like how he looks. I just don't like the voice and dude, you're short. Like you're not threatening to me. Like I don't see him as threatening and stuff. Like dude, I know he's bald and necromancer. You're short and you don't got any hoes. You can't get any hoes. But the thing is, man, it's just what it's overall. I mean, I love the movie is definitely fun. Of course, Cole Young got his ass whooped, got his head smashed in with Shao Kahn. That was my prediction of this whole movie. It's like a whole Cole Young's gonna get killed, and it happened. So it's all right, now we can move on. But yeah, of course, with how this third movie is gonna turn, well, what can we expect to see for MK3? The characters I'm looking forward to see is I want to see, the Cyber Ninjas. I want to see Shinnok, since the amulet is broken and felt like it's free. I want to see Smug. I want to see Cyber Ninjas. I want to see Ermac, Tanya. Some of the characters that need to be in MK3, I would love to look forward to see. But MK2 is definitely the movie that's all right, I want to go back and watch this. This movie felt like it's really fun to me. It just needs to be fleshed out a little bit more of this. So
absolutely,
that's what I got out of this. And will you guys follow me? Follow your boy on Twitch and YouTube, MadMike54, Instagram, Twitter at MikeJones_Mad. Go check. Also, if you guys love pro wrestling, AEW, WWE, independent wrestling, go follow Wrestling in the Middle podcast. I know there's a few of my homies that came into the chat, Erwin, Baby Basil, and Lucha Big E. They came into the chat and stuff to say what's up.
Yes, thank you.
And but yeah, man, go follow Wrestling in the Middle. We got a lot of stuff in store, so go follow your boy and follow the wrestling podcast. Yeah.
Excellent. All right, Joe, FallenOne Gaming, go ahead, play everything here on a nice little bow here.
All right, so like I said, I gave it an 8 out of 10. It's a nice roller coaster ride. It's if you're just going in for fun and you can kind of suspend your disbelief for some of the flaws that are in the movie, I think you're still going to have a great time. And it's much more brutal than the 2021 film, and they fixed a lot of their mistakes. So I think it's going in the right direction.
Yeah, I'm going to echo that. I'm also 8 out of 10 here. If you saw our rapid review, I gave it 8 out of 10. Listen, I came out with my fist out, my claws sharpened. I was ready to rip this movie a new asshole, and I ended up having a great time, and I enjoyed it. Far from perfect, not flawless, but a much improved movie. They fixed some of the mistakes from the first film. So I gave it 8 out of 10. Again, not without its fucking flaws, which we all discussed tonight. But it wasn't. But I had so much fun that I can look past those and have a good time. Not the best Mortal Kombat movie, not the best movie of the year, but a really, really fun time. And we absolutely will do a watch party of this film at some point this year. I think we have to. We'll have to figure that out. We got some stuff to promote real quick. I'll just breeze right through it, Joe. I'll do this. If you haven't already, I have 4 interviews on Joe Bowl Celebrity Access. I interviewed the stars of The Boys. I interviewed the RZA for his new movie, and just released today, I interviewed Alexander Daddario on her new movie. Thursday, Joe and I will be playing Invincible versus Story Mode Thursday, streaming from Joe's place, by the way. This Thursday. And then this Saturday, we're doing a watch party of Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano, which is going to be on Netflix for free, so watch along with us. And then the following Saturday, on the 23rd, we are doing a watch party of the main event of Usyk versus Rico, which is going to be a great goddamn fight to see the best fighter in the world fight, the best kickboxer in the world, so that should be a great fight. And then sometime next week, we'll continue Shenmue 2, and we will be starting Batman Arkham City as well. And of course, get yourself a NerdCage Live t-shirt, like the one that Joe's wearing, any size, any color, right for your skinny booty call like Katana, or a fat fuck like Bo Raicho, big or small, we love them all. The link to the TeePublic's in the description of this video. Every live stream and across the vast lands of Outworld and the social media, Joe.
Yes, if you want to get us on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok, all handles are at @nerd_cage. We are now live on Rumble at NerdCage Live. If you want to get us on our Discord and chat with us, the link is in every description of every video. And if you want to get us on our Facebook discussion group, that is NerdCage Nation. We love everything you guys put up there. No spoilers, no politics, and for God's sakes, keep it civil.
And one last thing, I'll just say I'm the luckiest nerd on the planet to be working with these handsome fucks here. Be sure to subscribe to their channels and their social medias as well, and support them because they support us. Like I said, not only that, they are very talented content makers and a lot of fun to watch their content. I'm the luckiest nerd on the planet to have them as my friends. So it's always nice talking Mortal Kombat and games and movies with these guys. So thank you to TotalMK, Tabmok99, MadMike54, and David L Craddock. This was an absolute fucking blast going into Mortal Kombat. So, and again, thanks to my partner in crime, Joe, that NerdCage Live just hit 8,000 subscribers. So,
yes, live in 8K.
Yeah, we're live in 8K now. Hopefully we can get to 10K by our charity stream in December. But hey, we please ask you to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and spread that shit like Shao Kahn's empire, so the USA from York Street, the land of the orange out, Syracuse, with all of our friends around the world at NerdCage Live, TotalMK, MadMike54, Tabmok99, and David L Craddock. As always, enjoy life, stay safe, eat your vegetables, do your push-ups, go to the gym, keep playing Mortal Kombat, keep watching Mortal Kombat. Good night, God bless, and have the best day of your life.
Good night.
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe.
Okay.
Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom!
Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful.
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster. Oh no, Joe, the galaxy's doomed because of you.
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
Yo, that's diabolical. Wait. Yo!